What is up, guys? How is it going? I gotta just, like, do stuff. There we are. You know, just the obligatory. I want to say something that's not garbage. But it kind of is. There we are. It's fine. Alright, so I can go and no. I think I'll maybe move my cam a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Yeah. Right, here we go. Let's just begin. Why the fuck not? Alright, just gotta test something. There we are, that's cool. Right, I've got that set up now. So, yeah, I think I'm ready to go. Right, right, let's start. So, Mum said at breakfast, she gave me a pain smile. Bro, even I make my own breakfast and I can't cook a single thing. What's the matter, Katie? What time did you go to sleep last night? Well, I wanted to go to sleep at midnight, but I had some trouble with that. You were probably all worked up from the festival. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to see. Okay, my mic is on. Right, that's a relief. Okay. Right, you're probably all worked up from the festival. Eek. I just gotta see something real quickly. Okay, good, it still works. Right, nice. Yeah. No, that's it. Crunch, crunch. It sounds like he's saying crunch, crunch. I crunched down hard on the pickled radish to hide my... Pickled radish. Wow. You got that for breakfast? I have fruit for breakfast, man. After all that happened yesterday, and I'm discussing about the sound that Sion heard. That banging noise like a child far away jumping up and down on a wooden floor. That story wouldn't get out of my head, so I had trouble sleeping. Bro, who wouldn't? I think if I... To be fair, I'm going to be real, when I actually played the visual novel last night, I didn't have trouble getting to sleep because of how tired I was anyway when I was playing the novel. But, like, if I wasn't tired, then I would have not got to sleep. Like, that shit really just had a burden on me. It was a long night, and I kept jumping at the slight sounds of faraway tree branches, which should have been either unhearable or too insignificant to notice. When I woke up to the morning sunlight and the birds chirping, it made me feel pretty ashamed about it, but I felt far from refreshed this morning. Gage-kun, ohayo. Gage-kun, you rise up all red? Why is that right? Oh, hey, good morning. I didn't get much sleep last night, so I'm sleep deprived today. Yawn. The festival yesterday was a lot of fun. Then I was excitement took a long time to go to sleep, so I took a long time to go to sleep too. To sleep. Wow. So, after a festival, you still have excitement? Damn. I'm always, whenever I have like a really fun festival, I'm always really gutted that it's over. I'm never excited. Oh, that's interesting. In Nana Skater, excitement seems to still be wide awake. They should have this kind of festival more often, so we can have lots of fun together. Yeah. Now talking about the festival made me remember everything I had nearly forgotten from last night. Oh god. The inside of the ritual store had been so utterly different from the relaxed, bright, everyday life of Hinamizawa. Those stories that Takuma-san told me too. The mysterious incidents that occurred on the day of the Wataganashi festival every year. The strange incidents where one person would die and one would disappear. The old stories of Hinamizawa flickering like a candle behind them. The numerous and horrifying traditions of the Onigashii village. The villages with demon blood in them. The terrible cannibalistic feasts. The poor sacrifices kidnapped from the human victims of the Onigashii. To quote the Rejo Yasuda-sama, the ritual involving living sacrifices and many others. There's so many stories that just remembering put me. Oh my god, that's relatable. God, most of them weren't fiction either, they were true. We didn't need to fear them because they were real though. I think you'd need to fear them if they're real though, because it could happen again. Well, I mean, these were hundreds of years ago, but when the last occurrence of any of these tools being used was 100 years ago, wasn't it? Ugh. Oh god, it's so disgusting when you actually realise all of these tools have a use. Ugh. We didn't need to. So long ago, such a very long time ago. Where's Michan? She's late, huh? Before I realised it, we had arrived at the place where we usually meet Mion. Probably because I was lost in thought. We agreed that if she wasn't here by now, we can go on ahead, right? Should we? Mion being late wasn't too rare of an occurrence, but today she was unusually late. A fear of the ominous tales from the night before came back to my life in my mind again. Who would die this year and who would disappear? It couldn't have been Mion. What should we do, Case-kun? If we don't get going, we'll be late. She'll be here. She didn't call us till we to tell us she'd be staying home today, right? Let's just wait 5 more minutes, okay? Then I looked at our watch and seemed a little worried, but then she nodded with a satisfied smile. If we had to wait 5 minutes, we'd have to run as fast as we get to school or we'd be late. Yeah, I think maybe like checking your friends okay. Knowing that they're actually living is a little bit more important than being late to school. I mean, to be fair, if she was living, how would they explain the excuse? But at the same time, I just don't know. As soon as I thought that, we spotted Mion running towards us out of breath. Oh, lucky. Nii-chan, you're late. You wait. You should have just gone ahead. Mion was breathing heavily and her face was all red. Her house was right down this road, wasn't it? It wasn't far enough away for her to end up late. This, wasn't it? Ooh, Michan, are you not feeling well? Huh? Now that you mentioned it. Lena pushed Mion's bangs away and put her head to her forehead. Lena, your hand is pretty cold. Michan, you're a little bit warm. It's no big deal. Give it half a day and be fit as a fiddle. Are you really okay? You don't have to push yourself, you know. What's this, Kichan? Are you worried about me? That's nice of you. The answer wasn't like Mion at all. She must have had it pretty bad. I just think you shouldn't push yourself so hard. We can tell the teacher you had to take the day off. I'm fine, I took some medicine. I think it's already red. Okay. Is it me, or she sounds like Sion more than Mion here? Mion forced like an energetic expression onto her face and flexed her. What the fuck? Okay, then let's go. Don't overdo it, but of course there's the time. What? We need to run or we won't make it. Eek. This morning sure is thrilling. Maybe it's just what I need to shake off this slowness. Let's run. Hey, wait, you're sick, don't go overboard. Mion began to run vigorously away. Michan is older than us, right? She knows her own. Okay, whatever you say. I decided to leave it at that and assume she was fine. Great, then we should get going too. We began to run after Mion. School. Classroom. Corridor. Classroom, actually. School is the same as always. The hours passed listlessly and my lack of sleep took its toll. If there was a spot where people competed by sleeping, I'd be world champion right now. The trick to overcoming this sort of dangerous situation was to hold your pencil upside down. Why, you ask, so you don't draw strange patterns all over your nose while harvest. Oh my god. If you were holding your pencil upside down, that wouldn't happen, would it? Bum 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 Something that felt like an eraser hit me in the head 6 times. What was that for, Sapporo? I haven't done a single thing. Who has to play on a prank like me like this? Oh, it was chalk, not an eraser. Eh? Behind me like a few outlaw might hold razors was a teacher's shadow holding 3 pieces of chalk in each hand. Rumble, rumble, rumble. My Barakun, go and wash your face. Right, gladly. That alone was enough to wake me up, but I flew out of the hallway as if shoved out by the pressure rate, suited by the teacher's sheer power. If I was going to wash my face anyway, then I would rather use the sinks out front rather than the ones in the dark restroom. Thinking about that, I left the hallway and went to the entrance. The sunlight was strong, so strong you wouldn't think it was June. I turned the faucet with a lifeless bubbling noise. Lukewarm water came pouring out. If I let it run for a few minutes, would it get cold? I looked at it absent-mindedly for a little while. Neon, I used to choose these sinks, Kei-chan. Oh boy. The ones out front feel better, don't they? Huh, Mion? Yawn. They're gonna glass now. I stuck my hands into the water to find it. It had gotten so cold that it seemed strange it had ever been warm. Damn. I scooped it up and splashed it against my face. Once I was done, I moved out of the way and Mion did the same. Mion, how's your cold doing? You're sleeping because of the medicine, not from lack of sleep, right? Actually, it's a secret, but after the festival yesterday, I got wrapped up in the party my relatives were having. Well, I had a bit. Oh, she's got a hangover. A bit. She made a gesture like she was tilting a cup into her mouth, which means you didn't have a cold one again. Are you hungover? How old are you? Give me a break. I really don't feel well, you know. I suppose you'd be feeling lousy either way. Still, you treat colds and hangovers in completely different ways. I was worried over nothing. Man, I guess that's a slightly new meal. I scratched her head a little embarrassed. She didn't seem to be feeling well, but now that I knew it was a hangover, I didn't need to worry too much. It would go away with time after all. Oh, well, my head is really pounding, so the teacher told me I should go home early. You cheater. So you're going home now, Mion? Now that I looked away, Mion had her bag with her. She must have been on her way home. Yeah, I feel bad about it. I'll go rest at home like a good girl. Sorry, I can't make it to the club. Would you take over lead for the day, Kei-chan? I don't know if that will happen. We'll have that unspoken rule where we don't do the club unless everyone is there, don't we? We never did it when you had to do a part-time job, did we? We all love Riley, so we didn't need to worry about her. No matter how much fun we have, I think that feeling guilty about friends who can't share it who can't share in it is the sign of a really fantastic friendship. In that sense, the club Mion had created is a wonderful thing. As I thought about it, the moisture on my face dried up. I suppose we were talking too much. If I didn't get back to the classroom soon, I could get in trouble. Okay, later, I'm going back. Be careful on your way home. Don't roll into sewer or brook, got it? I left it at that, turned around and started headed back to the classroom. Oh, one more thing, Kei-chan. Mion stopped me and I turned my head to listen. This may sound weird, but don't think too hard about it. Well, that depends on what it is. Last night. Oh boy, last night near the end of the festival, did you see Tomitake-san or Takano-san anywhere? I suddenly tensed up. Did you see Tomitake-san or Takano-san? Right? You remember Kei-san when the four of you were talking during setup day before? If I could, I wanted to forget about sneaking into the storehouse that night as soon as possible, so hearing the names of the people I was with the time really got to me. Besides that though, why was Mion asking me a question like that? I ended up staring at her, unable to answer immediately. Was she asking to see if I had seen them or not? Or was she asking the question knowing that I had? I couldn't tell. Well, maybe I might have seen them around, I don't know. My very response was clearly not to Mion's liking. Was she expecting me from me? There was no way for me to know. I see. Then, one more question. On the same night, did you see Sion? Oh boy, my heart left into my throat again. The tiny needle was buried beneath Mion's word pricked into me. Didn't you ask me that yesterday? I think I told you that I wasn't sure if I had or not. Did you? Oh. I guess I thought I'd get a different answer if I asked you again. I suddenly noticed something in Mion's eyes, something indescribable. Fuck. Tomitake-san and Takano-san, Sion too. She was asking me about them, there was no doubt about it. Last night before I snuck into the ritual storehouse, she knew everything. So what? It's not really a Curse anyway. That's right. Even Shion Takano-san said yesterday during the festival that there was no curse, and that rather than a curse, it was the doing of the villagers. My blood curdled. Mion was, almost without a doubt, aware that we snuck into the storehouse. It was nothing strange. I screwed up bad flipping on the light switch last night. If Mion had been searching for me, it was simple to imagine that she had seen that momentarily, like, to find out what was going on. Did you really not see her? Why are you so intense? That's a good question to ask. That is actually a really good question. Like, respect. It's not important. It's just there are some people who are speaking totally... Oh god! She said there are some people that are speaking poorly of you, Tomitaka-san, Takano-san, Shion, and Yuki-chan. I didn't hear what they were saying. Oh god, when she finds out, unpleasant sweat drip down my arms and the sound of it hanging from my fingertips was annoyingly loud. I don't believe that you were doing something bad. I just wanted to ask a bit about it, so I did. Sorry for making you uncomfortable, okay? I found myself unable to reply. My reaction must have made it obvious what the truth was, and yet I couldn't explain myself. Kei-chan, you went with Tomitaka-san, Takano-san, or Shion. You're right. Oh. I finally rang out an answer between Ragged's breaths. Mion's expression softened a little. That's good. Oh, damn, she actually bought it. I'm surprised. I'll have to tell them. You weren't involved in anything bad, Kei-chan, so I'll make sure to tell everyone. Yeah, please do. Tell them I wasn't doing anything bad. Everyone, make sure. Everyone. Everyone who is everyone. Okay, see you later. I'll be better tomorrow. Bye-bye. God. That transition was unnecessary. Not unnecessary, unnervingly slow. Wait, Mion, what do you mean by everyone? Interesting. Just then, a freezing cold hand touched the back of my neck. Oh god, I thought it was like a spiritual one. Hey, you're late, my Barakun. How long does it take you to wash your face? It was the teacher. I was taking so long to go to get me. Oh, I'm sorry, I was just speaking to Mion. That's not an excuse. Oh my god. She's not going to buy that, is she? I turned around, but Mion had crossed the schoolyard without me realising it. I was now standing at the gate. Through the schoolyard even. Come back to your studies. Quickly now. The teacher was being insistent when we returned to the entrance. I looked back one more time and Mion was nowhere in sight. Oh boy, end of lesson. Casey, you haven't seen Raoul all day. It's clearly because he had too much fun yesterday. I don't want to be told by the one who got lost. Your face was all red and you were nearly crying. Sadako-san was so cute last night. Okay. My friends did their best to try and cheer me up, but it didn't lighten my mood. Was it faster than I thought? Had I really done something terrible last night? These thoughts remained with me for the rest of the day. He's not done something terrible. I mean, he's just explored, but it could have terrible impacts. Bye, Gates-kun. I'll see you tomorrow. By the time I realised it, I was in front of my own house. Me-chan had a cold, right? Could you have a cold too, Gates-kun? Could you? Oh, I'm fine. I made it extraordinary, but I've never missed school before because of a cold. Damn. That's actual dedication right there. Well, I was going to say something, but I forgot. Oh, I don't know. Both you and Me-chan didn't look so good today. Oh yeah, I was going to say, it's obviously Oyashiro-sama's curse. The knock-on effects are cold. Thanks for worrying about me, I'm fine. Idiots don't catch colds, remember. But then I smiled, and then waved to me and left. Who? With my shoulders bobbing up and down from breathing heavily, I entered the house. As soon as I got back in, Mum called to me. What? Katie, I'm sorry, but could you go to the library and return a few books for me? Huh? I don't feel like it. Your dad and I have to wait inside the house for a phone call right now, so we can't leave. Eek. I need to return them today, so can you please do it? Sheesh, did it have to do with Dab's job? No point in arguing if they bring them up. I guess so, but I don't know where the library is. Oh, you don't? It's a little bit past Okinomiya Station. Just then, the phone rang. Oh, that's literally the best timing. My parents' faces immediately turned grim. Oh fuck, Mum smashed up the receiver. Hello, Maibara speaking. I'm sorry. Yes, he's right. Oh god. I have a feeling this is Oishi. It's right, then she's about to receive my face. It's for you, Katie. Don't take too long, okay? I asked twice to ask who it was from, but asking the person on the phone directly would be faster. Hello? Oh, as is Sonozaki. Well, the younger one. Hello. Do you have time to talk right now? It was Sion. The older sister had a hangover today, but the younger one made no reference to it. Sion, I thought you'd be sleeping in today with a hangover, same as Mion. What? Mion had a hangover? So like her. She loved formulating, but Mum glared at me silently, telling me to finish up. Oh, damn. Whoops, sorry, my parents are waiting for an important call, so I can't wait for too long. What do you need to talk about? There's something I wanted to talk about, but if we can't talk long, I guess that's that. She sounded a little disappointed. What was she want to talk to me about? Now I was interested. Then how about we meet in person? If you could show me where the library is, too, that would be great. You mean the public library near the station? Yes, that's fine. I go there past there on my way to work anyway. Do you usually know the person I usually meet up with Mion? I was just about to say Sion's work. She has a job, and then I remembered. Oh god, I remembered at that intersection where the small path from the Sonozaki house splits. Oh, Kei-chan, did I not tell you? I don't live in the main house. I live in Okinomiya. If we can meet at the ticket machines at Okinomiya station, that'd be great. Main house living in Okinomiya. Now that you mentioned it, it's almost seemed like the Sonozaki sisters weren't communicating. Did they live in different houses? Also, now that you mentioned it, then I said she'd never met their younger sister despite going over to play something. Oh, let's meet at the station, then I'll go there right away. Bye. I set the receiver down and Mum immediately thrust a large pile of library books on my face. 6 volumes of a long-form mystery novels. Damn. Mum had her own hobbies. Thank you, Katie. Be back by nightfall. You've got it? Okay, I'm going. I suppose I had changed my clothes and grabbed my bike key. I climbed the stairs to my bedroom. Sion had been waiting for me already, so meeting up was a smooth process. Well, Mion never keeps her appointments. I mean, honestly. I'm making my sister for the standard for everything will get you in trouble. Sion seemed a little unsteady too. She was drinking with Mion last night, wasn't she? You didn't get any sleep last night, did you? Don't try and hide it. You definitely went home from school early. Oh, too bad. I've been at home all day in the first place. I was part of the Mion after all. Oh, damn. Hey, I don't think you can be cool playing Fookie smarter. We don't have that much time. We're going to the library, right? Yeah, thanks. I want to return some books by today. Is the library far? No, it's really close by. As you said that, we spotted the signboard for the library almost immediately. If it was this easy to find, then I guess I didn't need Sion to show me where I was after all. We rode around a bend and the building was right there. Shijimone Public Library. We lived in the country, so I hadn't expected too much, but it was pretty big. The first floor was actually a government office, so the library was only on the second floor, but it still looked large enough to fit a flat with a decent collection of books. We passed through the automatic doors and were greeted by the cool breeze of an air curtain. Down. The best greeting. The cicadas had been loud outside, but it was quiet inside the library. The air conditioning inside was keeping the temperature at an ideal level for the books, which had that mildewy, unique smell to the old paper. I guess every library is basically the same. If there was one difference, it was the people studying for tests weren't taking up all the seats. I was one of those people, but now that seemed like a distant memory. Hello, I have books I'd like to return. The librarian went through the process of checking them in and returned my mum's library card after. Sion was going around the bookshelves with a deeply interested look on her face, but like she wasn't the type who went to libraries very often. Sorry for the wait, I'm all done. Libraries sure are nice and cool, aren't they? I want to work in a library one day. I don't know whether to call that boring or dependable. It's pretty small dream compared to your sister. Mion would definitely want to become a hard-working employee for an international trading company or some other crazy job that involved her running around all the world. Compared to that, what Sion said is pretty heartwarming. Well, we need to keep our differences into us. We're not copies, we're two different people called Sion and Mion. There's a lot to think about. So at some point, I don't have any brothers. It's just me and my parents at my house. Bro, relatable. It can get a little uncomfortable. It's the same for me. I don't live with Mion after all. Oh right, she said something like that, didn't she? Why though? Sisters living apart is unusual. We were getting tired of talking while we were walking. We ended up going to the lounge area, which was vacant, and continuing the conversation. Yes, Mion lived in the main house, and I live in Okinawa. What do you mean by the main house? You make it sound like you're nobility. It's just the main house, the Sonozaki family's main house. Mion's a successor, so she lives with Nana. My parents studied all sorts of things in preparation to be the head of the family. Mion, the head of the family? It kind of fits her personality, but kind of didn't fit too. Keizan, you just moved here, right? This is not like I'm boasting, but we are the Sonozaki family kind of personages around here. Seriously, the word personage didn't really match the extremely sociable air that Mion and Sion gave off. From what Sion explained, the Sonozaki family goes back to the beginnings of Hinamizawa. After the war, they had a bunch of successful ventures and extended their influence to a wide area. The Sonozaki family house is a foundation under which the entire family corporates. The currently family head, grandma, was the one who built it. Oh. The entire family would provide backup to help one relative with the business venture. They were like a huge living company. Just let them avoid tax-related problems and help their relatives' ventures succeed one after another using large amounts of money. Damn. If you ever go for the walk through Okinawa, pay attention to the signboards and stuff. I'm gonna do the drinking thing. No way I'm gonna get a hangover, guys. There's another shop that are managed by members of the Sonozaki family. Like, I wonder which one. Well, I mean, it's not really a restaurant, not a shop, but more of a restaurant. Now that you mention it, that toy store looked like he was managed by relatives as well. Does that mean your relatives operate in What too? Even what few shops I was familiar with here were involved with the Sonozaki family. It was definitely something surprising. The family is especially strong in finance and real estate. Even a lot of the members of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry have either had the last name Sonozaki or are their relatives. There are Sonozakis in the City Council and the Prefectural Assembly too, since they have the Okinawa area giving them strong electoral support. Damn. Wait a minute, this is all escalating pretty quick. Her relatives operate shops in Downtown Okinawa, and they're especially strong in finance and real estate. On top of that, a lot of these people in the Chamber of Commerce and Industry are relatives, and there are even people elected to local offices. So then the Sonozaki family is pretty famous in this area. Ooh, oishi. Yes, it's crazy. All of a sudden, a cigarette smoking overweight old man interrupted our conversation. Wait, I know this guy. Hello, good afternoon. Are you on a date today? What I would give to be young again. If you thought we were on a date, then why are you bothering us? Oishi-san. That was it. He was Oishi-san, a police officer. I thought it was this person who came up to my rescue when I got involved with those delinquents before. Now that I think about it, Mion didn't seem to like him very much. Oh no, I apologise. I heard a familiar voice, so I came over to see. Oishi-san laughed coarsely, not showing any sign of giving up. As Sion watched him do so, I didn't feel the same sense of malice from her as I have from Mion. Maebara-san, right? You're one tough guy. Two timing the Sonozaki sisters. Oh, you. No, I'm not two-timing anyone. I turned around to look at Sion and plead for help, but she grinned and maintained her silence. Oh god. Her gaze wandered. She looked at the clock. Not embarrassing at all. I'm sorry, Kei-chan. I really need to get to my job. Oh my god. Awkward or what? Oh, did you? Wait, didn't Sion have something to talk about today? Now this weird man is here though. Yep, I'll see you later. I'll give you a call after I'm done. It'll be okay to call me tonight, right? Oh boy. I bet you Oishi is like preventing Sion from actually talking about what she wants to do. Yeah, probably, okay. Then I'll talk to you later tonight. Bye. Sion left so fast that she was practically running. Oishi-san was waving at me with a grin. I felt like I'd been left here as bait so she could get away. Maybe she was lying about having to go to work. I wonder. You're quite the big shot, being so close to the Sonozaki daughters. Maybe I should rethink how I talk to you too. Oishi-san put a coin into a vending machine as he said something a bit appalling. Is iced tea okay with you? Do you want milk? Huh? Oh no, I'll put some in, right? Here you are. He handed me a cup of tea filled to the brim with ice as I looked absent-mindedly. What the fuck? You can get iced tea from a vending machine? Wow. I don't think I'm obligated to have a guy like this buy me a drink, but he did get it for me, so I'll thank him. Was Oishi-san just killing time? We didn't know each other as well, but he still engaged me in a conversation about all sorts of dumb things. When I thought back to how I thought it was Sion, it seemed like a total disaster. Maibara-san, how much do you know about Sonozaki-san? Other than what I just heard now, nothing. Until then, I hadn't known anything about Mion or Sion, other than the fact that they were interesting. I really did not only just learn that they were the daughters of some prestigious family. The Sonozakis are a syndicate with this entire region under their thumb. Incidentally, you have other of the high-ranked executive in a syndicate association that's well known even in the Kanto region. Did you know that? An executive. Oh god, not an executive. What? Oh my god, I'm dumb. An executive. Fuck. Have you ever seen my Sonozaki Sion lips? It's a very big picture of a gang boss's house, protected by high walls, barbed wire fence and security cameras. If you have the chance, you should go and visit her. Fuck, that's weird. Huh? So imagine Mion being a successor to a crime syndicate? Oh my god. I don't know a boring old syndicate isn't the only thing Sonozaki Mion will inherit. Oh my god. She's inheriting the Sonozaki family herself. I'll leave it to you to mull over exactly what this means. Oishi-san has spoken lightly about this from the start to finish, but what he was saying wasn't light in the least. It was abrupt and unbelievable. If Mion-san wanted to, she could kill somebody in the middle of the street and still cover it up. Damn, not only will witnesses not show up, but she pressure on the police too. Mion would never kill someone. She wouldn't, I'm just speaking hypothetically. You know, I somehow don't think this is a very good thing to be talking to, like, a kid about. God. Your name was Oishi-san, right? Yes, that's right. Then Oishi-san. Whatever family Mion comes from, it didn't change the fact that she's the best friend I could ever have, and I'm proud of that. I don't appreciate beautiful Skiki with her. Yeah, good for Keiichi. Good for him. I let my quiet anger show through in my gaze as I stared at him. Of course, I could never seem to tell what he's thinking, so I didn't know if it had any effect. Let me be frank. If Mion-san was suspected over a handful of incidents, what would you think? Suspected incidents? You can't just say terrible stuff like that on a whim. Then it would be a misunderstanding, of course. Mion may say some dangerous things, but it's not like she's the kind of person who would do something so awful. Maibara-san, keep your voice down, we're in a library. Oh my god, they are in a library. Oishi-san just me, but in a state of heightened excitement as I was, I wouldn't be calm so easily. Please calm down. As I said before, the Sonozaki family holds a lot of power in this region, for better or for worse, so if anything happens, they would immediately be Oh, right. I appreciate it if you understood that. Well, I knew what Oishi-san is trying to say. Combining it with what Sion told me before, the Sonozaki family is huge, controls everything in Hinamizawa to Okinomiya. Mion, meanwhile, it's its successor who apparently holds strong influence over the entire family. Still, that's all. That's the only reason that they're suspecting her. I'm still my job here, not to doubt Mion-san of anything but to clear suspicion surrounding her. Let's think of it like that. He could talk a dog out of a meat truck. He was the definition of shrewd, unfair adult. At this point I began to think that it was no coincidence that I'd met him. Oishi-san, do you need something from me? Oh, shit. Maibara Keiichi-san. He also in an absent tone voice. Mion's being suspected of something and you came to hear from a friend of hers. Is that it? No, that isn't it. I didn't come to a friend of Sonozaki Mion-san. I came to talk here to Maibara-san. Oh. I probably would have borrowed you if I visited your house. How could he have known he was there? Unless, like, Sion has some sort of hidden link, you know? Secret accomplice in something. To me? What did the police want with me? I haven't realised this fake coincidental meaning had me as its target. My mood immediately turned foul. You don't need to be so tense. Calm down and just answer a few questions. Am I being questioned? Let's go let a chat with the guy you've just run into. Which son fully suggested that I relax. That said, behind his eyes with the light, which I could only see sometimes, there was sharp as a hole behind his eyes. Weird. If I tried in a vain to run away, he might actually take me in and bring me into an interrogation room or something. That was an undoubtedly unpleasant thought. You had a roaring good time at the Wataganashi festival last night, didn't you? Don't beat around the bush, please. I can't do small talk right now. Last night, during the festival. Did you see Tomitake-san and Takano-san? Gulp. I could plainly feel myself give a start. Where did I put those pictures? Oh, here they are. He opened a small notebook and removed 2 photographs. I didn't have to look. Well, who knows? I might have seen them around, I don't remember. I was asked the same question for the second time today. I gave the same answer for the second time too. Hi, memories of blurry. You couldn't have possibly been dreaming or anything. He too, I got the same answer as I had from Mion. I realised he wasn't taking my vague reply well. Why is he making me? The same thing Mion did. The dark feelings I nearly had forgotten in my... Due to my conversation with Sion came rushing back in a hurry. We stuck into the Mitchell. There. I can't talk at the moment. We stuck into the sacred ritual storehouse, a punishable act. It was on a tiny impulse. While I might not count for much for now, I do feel sorry about it. Oh god, I'll ask you again. Did you see Jiro Tomitake-san and Takano-san at the festival last night? His tone was off, but there was a dreadfulness in her voice. In his voice, clearly difficult from the first time. Different from the first time he asked. I'm scared. That was exactly how I felt. Even if you repeat the question, my answer won't change. I don't really remember. There wasn't a better answer I could give him. I didn't have the balls to say I did see them, not the courage to admit I had. I see. I just thought that I could maybe get a different answer if I asked a second time. I'm not too scared. To look which sign in the eyes. I'll change the question. Relax. Which-san grabbed my shoulders and squeezed them as if to give me a massage. It mostly just hurt though. Still, why would he ask the same things as Mion? If he's asking the same things, then the question must be next. Oh, on the night of the festival, did you see Sonozaki Shion-san? Exactly the same. That's really interesting. Clatter, clatter, clatter. I wonder what that sound was, and when I looked down I saw that it was the unmelted ice in the cup I was gripping in my hands. My hands were trembling, rocking the ice back and forth. Realising that I hastily put the remaining ice in my mouth and crunched down on it. So, sorry, I may have seen it, but, well, you know, she just looks like me. I might have just mistaken the two. No, but I can't be. Oh, fuck. Suddenly, Wish-san grabbed both of my shoulders and hunched me down to give me a level stare. This must be what it's like to be a deer in the headlights. I wanted to look away, but I can't. I couldn't. This is the first time I've experienced such a piercing stare. Mion and Shion-san completely different clothing. You wouldn't be able to make mistake too easily, I would think. Maibara-san. His voice was harsh, the same as when Mion said it. God, how's he gonna get out of this? I can feel my heartbeat quickening. Oh, God, no shit. When I realised he could feel it through the hands on my shoulders, I got even more scared. Oh God, that must be a nightmare. Why am Mion and Oi-san both talking about last night? We're sneaking into the storehouse so bad. I shouldn't have let Takano-san talk me into it. Tomitake-san could actually casually said to check it out too, so even Shion, if she hadn't encouraged me. No, I understood. I was the one most at fault here. I shouldn't have let my curiosity get the better of me. I shouldn't have gone into the forbidden storehouse. Ooh. Oh God, it's another dude. It's a Kuma guy. I think that's so cute to get out of here. A young man wearing a suit came into the lounge. From the way he held himself, I knew immediately that he was a Wish-san's subordinate. Oh, so it is closing time already? I hadn't realised it until he said something. The jingle an announcement telling the patrons the library are closed and started playing without me realising. I was so irritated, so overwhelmed that I couldn't even hear it. Bro, that is lucky timing. Well done, my bad. We're out of time, so allowed me to make my leave. I'd like to tell you more about this at your leisure, so when we have more time. Oh god, it's kind of like really good luck, but at the same time, it's going to be back. So yeah, this isn't a joke. If I never saw him again, it wouldn't be too soon. Oisan followed his subordinate and left the lounge behind him. However, he spun back around. Ooh. Right, my bad. What is it? Those questions I asked you before. You don't remember well enough to answer any of them, correct? Right. Just so you know, you saw them all yesterday. You were walking along, the four of you having quite a pleasant time near the stone step. I saw it with my own eyes. Oh, I caught my breath and my heart stopped. Like it seems like it was about to stop. What a detestable person. He knew he was testing me. We'll meet again. Have a good year. Oh fuck, I sat there like a rock. I'm moving until I can no longer hear the clacking sounds of their footsteps. God. Oh boy. Well, to be fair, he saw all of them, but he didn't see what they were doing. I don't know. I don't know if he actually specifies that he saw what they were doing, because he didn't there. I was on my way back home. The cries of the Higurashi extended into the already lonely evening. More time had passed than I thought. The orange of the dusky sky was being chased down, little by little, by an indigo colour approaching from the east. Exhausted from the slow climb towards Hinamizawa without even noticing I got on off my bicycle and was pushing it uphill. Dot. I didn't understand any of this. Nobody had told me to my face that I'd done something wrong. No, in fact, it might have been even easier on me that way. What happened yesterday really was just my curiosity. It really was no more than a quiet prank, no more than having the courage to cross a red light. So as long as you did it with other people. The storehouse for ritual implements, hallowed ground, only accessible to the family of the priest. For sure, I haven't seen terrifying things I'd never imagined would be there. Thinking on it now, it didn't matter what was stored away inside. It didn't make the wrong I had committed any more right. What the four of us did, Mion seemed to know about it. For some reason, even the police were trying to learn what the four of us did. Did we do something so bad? Really? It doesn't matter how wrong it was. I did something wrong. It was nothing more than that, and yet I couldn't accept it. I apologise to Mion or Oishi-san. All I did was shield myself with ambiguities. I don't know if he should apologise to Oishi-san. He doesn't even know if he knows everything about what they did. But Mion, I have a feeling she's probably like the most likely person that would know, so yeah, probably should do it with her. I did something wrong yesterday. I set foot into a forbidden storehouse for a little bit of mischief. I'll forget everything I saw in there. I won't do something like that again either. I'm sorry. Gomen-nasai. Eek. I'm drinking that and I'm potion at 3 AM, bro. If I apologise like that, would they forgive me? Suddenly cool evening, left no room for such sentiment, however, as it mercilessly killed my feet, urging me to head home as soon as possible. In the end, the evening I was correct. If I tried so long such an isolated road, regrets would pile on top of regrets, but nothing would change. Let's go home. I'll go home, go to my room, put on my favourite music or something and go to bed. That might sound plain and boring, but it's probably the strongest I've felt all day. Now that I made a decision, there's no point in dawdling in a place like this. I sat back on my bike. I pushed hard on the pedals. I rapidly advanced forward. I steadily gained speed. The wind was cutting and mercilessly cold, but it actually felt good as if it was softly punishing me. Oh, that's relatable. House. Room. Let's go. I didn't eat much dinner before excusing myself early and returning to my bedroom. My mum called me from downstairs. Katie, you have a call? Oh, it's from Sonozaki-san. Sonozaki? Was it Mion? No, it was Sion. I just remembered. She had something she wanted to tell me today. Oishi-san had interrupted us so she didn't get the chance. Sion said she'd call tonight. Hello, is that you, Sion? Hello. That was a bit of a trouble, didn't we? Today. She said it so plainly that I got a bit annoyed. She was the one who left me there and ran. Don't say that. I gave you the signal to run away with me, didn't I? You just had that looking dazed, Kei-chan. I wasn't dazed. All of a sudden you left me there, and after that I had to put up with that Oisegai for ages. Don't complain to me about it. Oh my god, I can't believe she passed it off like this. Same unironically. She just looks like Mion, and yet inside she's this different. I got a little irritated myself when I realised I was somewhere in my mind hoping for the same reaction I would get from Mion, or even though she's a different person. Sorry, next time I'll run away first thing and leave you there. She's first. Shion laughed refreshingly. When I heard her voice, I realised that she wasn't really that angry or anything. It was just as she said. The cause of my temper was because it was my own fault for not leaving immediately. I stopped blaming it on the others. Blaming it on others would be. Anyway, you got something you wanted to tell me, right? Oh yeah, I mean if you already know, then it's not something that bears repeating. Do you already know? Shion lowered her voice suddenly as if she was glancing around. I had no idea what I could already know. Sorry, but I have no clue what you're talking about. At least give me a hint. So that means you don't know? She seemed to take my stupid sounding question as evidence. However, her voice didn't seem disappointed or exasperated in the slightest. Actually, it was about last night during the Wataganashi festival. My entire body jolted as I was isolated by, assailed by a terrible feeling. Is Shion going to ask the same thing? Hello? Kei-chan, are you listening? Yeah, I am. What about last night? The four of us went in there, right? She didn't beat around the bush. Whether or not I wanted to admit it, that was the actual honest truth, and I couldn't act like it had not happened. Then after that, we walked away separate ways near the stone stairs, right? Takano-san and Tomitaka-san went to the stream and you stayed here, Kei-chan. I went over to see some relatives. Yeah. Why do you ask? We won't make any progress if we keep asking each other questions, so let me ask the question first, okay? You mean, did I see Tomitaka-san and Takano-san last night? Huh? Oh, yes. Did you see the two of them after that? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't surprised. This is the third time I've been asked this question today. Why? What the hell was going on? Why the hell are you asking me that? No, Kei-chan, I'm asking the question. Please answer me. Did you, Shion? If you answer first, then I'll answer. My shallow response betrayed how scared and small I felt now after everything that had happened today. Shion didn't say anything for a few minutes, just I was beginning to think I'd really put my foot in my mouth with that response. She finally answered me. Of course I didn't see them, my relatives were with me, and I can vouch for that. I didn't see them either, people can vouch for me too, like Mion and everyone else. Now that we knew our answers matched, the letter sounded more relieved than anything else. Thank you for answering me honestly. Okay, then I'll tell you. Apparently last night, Takano-san and Tomitaka-san died. Oh boy. Sorry, Shion. What was that you just said? Apparently last night, Tomitaka-san and Takano-san died. Takano-san was found burned to death. Jesus Christ. Tomitaka-san will look like suicide. That's interesting that the causes of death are exactly the same as the last chapter. I found out this morning. I had my dad talking to a relative on the phone about it. Oh, fuck. Late last night, a police car was on its way back from festival security duty had discovered Tomitaka-san lying in the middle of the road heading towards Okinomiya. He could clawed out his throat and died. Fuck. Just like last time, yeah. What, he clawed out his own throat? Can't possibly be right. Police didn't know he did it with his own fingernails. Especially his clothes so hard that he rotted his blood vessels and bled out. He died in a pool of his own blood, that's what he said. I've never had such an insane suicide. You can't just scratch open your own throat like that. I realised I was yelling too loudly, so I lowered the force I was putting into my voice. I didn't want my parents to hear me, so I switched the cordless phone and ran up to my own room. Sorry for yelling. So, what was Takano-san? Was that a suicide too? In that case, it's a little unclear. Takano-san's body was found in the mountainous of Gifu Prefecture. Employees of the rest stop nearby reported to the police that last night they could see flames in the mountains. Fucking hell. The firefighters dispatched that they were the first ones to find. Oh, an autopsy completed that it was the burnt skull of a half female. They initially considered the body beyond recognition, but directly after, loads of requests for a dental comparison from the excess virtual station in Okinomiya, and the results concluded that it was Myotakano. The cause of death wasn't confirmed. It was highly likely to have been a homicide since she was standing in her undergarments and her clothes were nowhere in the area. God. The old drum had fallen over, so it was also possible she burned herself to death. God, it's already been decided if we're going to die, there are plenty of immediate ways, aren't there? Can't be sure, though. This is what I think. Something about the Tomitaka-san would kill himself, too. After the two rattled on each other, there was silence as we paused to catch our breaths, and as we calmed our nerves. Right then, I understood what Shion's story actually meant. I think it ended up being Oyashiro-sama's curse. We all did more than enough to deserve it. After all, deserve it. You've got to be kidding. It's not like Shion wanted to see it with me. I just went along with her. I tried to say that, but I fell silent. Nothing would come of me blaming others. It didn't matter how much everyone encouraged me. I could have put my foot down. I lost my own half-assed sense of adventure and agreed to go in with them. Yes, it was my fault and nobody else's. Shion, last night when we stuck in the ritual storehouse, did you predict things would turn out this way? Of course not. I mean, it was pretty risky, but I'd never even dreamed of something like this could happen. Shion's way were probably her true feelings. She knew she could get into trouble if we were caught, but that was the thrill of this little adventure. It was the same for me. So now, dear Shion, think about it for a moment. Didn't Oyashiro-sama's curse turn out a little strange this year? Huh? It was already pretty strange seeing as our Tomitaka-san and Takano-san died like that. Given all that, what could possibly be stranger? I mean, they found two corpses. Remember, what is it? Every other year, one person would die and one person would disappear. Fuck. Yeah. This year was the first time two people had been found dead. This may be true, but that's not a huge deal, is it? In this case, think about it harder. Listen. If two people died because of Oyashiro-sama's curse, then in order to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger, two people need to be sacrificed. Is that how it works? So, Tomitaka-san and Takano-san died, so now two people have been going missing this year. I don't understand why, but when I said that, I found my spine freeze. I don't think anyone's been confirmed missing yet. I think that those two people have yet to disappear. Shion was obviously getting the same feeling crawling down her back. Two people have yet to disappear. Shion didn't answer. I couldn't say any more than that either. A chill crept in through my clothes and tried to wrap into a fist around my whole heart cold hands, feeling about my chest. Neither of us could say anything. Tomitaka-san opened the lock and he died. Takano-san exposed the ritual storehouse and died. If Dumabi were put to be sacrificed, then there would be none of the ones who entered with them, none other than us. No, this has to be good. This has got to be a joke. I wanted so much for her to pass this off as a joke, even now, that though was such an incredibly difficult and selfish request. If Tomitaka-san and Takano-san had died in a common way like a car accident, I could tell myself it was a coincidence. Instead, he clawed out his own throat and she burned to death, drowned in oil in the mountains. The two deaths were so out of the ordinary that I couldn't possibly dismiss it as a mere coincidence. It was as if in exchange for sneaking into the ritual storehouse, there must be someone punishing us, some sort of cruel will working behind the scenes. Even so, I still didn't want to accept that terrifying truth. If I did, then I would have to acknowledge that a horrible crisis was growing near for Shion and I. That's why I argued against it. I argued knowing I was running away. In the first place, it's not even in the newspaper, is it? Such a wondrous incident would be all over the newspapers and television. Magazine writers would flood the village too, thinking it'd make for an interesting story. Oh God. I was in the game reported by the media, that's how I was in the past too. Oh. When the incident was appeared from the video in the road, there was some gossip. Third-rate magazines have sniffed out the story and ran issues full of the gossip columns about Hinamizawa. And fearing that the region would develop a negative stigma, they negotiated with the prefecture and the police. Since last year, it became a big conspiracy where no information about the incidents was allowed to be leaked to the media. Damn. The elders in the top brass men of the Samasaki family put all the pressure they could onto the police. Then you mean their deaths are going to be dealt with integral secrecy? That's how it is. Of course, the police are investigating it. It's been performed in secret too, so I hear the investigation itself is very restricted in what it can and can't do. Even essentially saying they're interfering with a police investigation. The story was unbelievable. Bro, I know! It's just corruption at another level. Fucking hell. People died and yet they don't publicise it and deal with everything in secret. God, the Sonozaki-sans. They might be a little bit more... There might be a little bit more that meets the eye. God, if we break it down further, it means no matter who dies on the night of the Wataganashi, it won't go public. That's the biggest pile of bullshit I've ever heard. Kei-chan, before I said how the villagers could be the one carrying out Oyashiro-sama's curse, that's what I mean. God, I need a mint. That's what I mean. At some point, a tradition was created here in Hinamizawa where every year allows to kill someone on the night of the Wataganashi under the guise of it being Oyashiro-sama's. What? Fucking hell. Whether somebody dies on the night of the Wataganashi, it turns into the curse of Oyashiro-sama. The curse turns into the serial murder incidents in order to avoid exacerbating the negative stigma surrounding Hinamizawa. Those incidents are dealt with in secret. It's insane. There's nothing people turn up every year. Whether they've had the stigma gets, the police have to do it out somewhere, don't they? You could say the incidents happening every year is mysterious, but the police can get the job done when they need to. After all, the incidents are going to resolve individually. It doesn't end up being a string of incidents, you know. It just so happens that something unfortunate happens on the night of the Wataganashi every year. That's all. So it turns into. Most of the criminals responsible for the original dismemberment were arrested. The last one managed to get away and stay away, but the events were totally exposed and elucidated, so it was in that essence resolved. The down supporting couple who had died in an accident on the second year, that was an accidental death, plain and simple. They made a lot of investigations into the possibility of it having been a homicide. They didn't turn up anything, and it ended up as an accident. It was resolved. On the first year, the priest fell ill and passed away. There were doctors present at the hospital in his deathbed, and they all had trustworthy medical certificates. Oh, they even did an autopsy. It included that it wasn't a homicide. That was resolved too. God, that's weird. On the fourth year, the sister-in-law of the damn supporting couple was murdered. Wait, the sister-in-law? What? The criminal was an abnormal man with a history of regular psychostimulant usage. God. He confessed that he thought Oyashiro-sama's curse was so interesting he wanted to try it out. The criminal died of an accident while in prison, so this incident was essentially resolved as well. That's right. None of the incidents had any relation to another, and each was independently resolved. So then why doesn't unfortunate coincidence occur every year on the night of the Wataganashi? You can try to say it's history related incidents, but they're not related. Yeah, every year somebody always dies and somebody always disappears. The story of Takano-san told me on the day during the setup. Now the curse really had occurred this year. I couldn't laugh it off. Oh no. The curse isn't happening. Oh my god, how has it happened? Then does that mean it will come for us too? Does that how one person dies and the other disappears every year? Are you saying we'll be taken along with Tomitaka-san and Takano-san and the race too? My lips had at some point become completely dry and saying that was just difficult. Sion didn't respond. Silence, however, it was the closest form of confirmation she could get me. Well, I'm sure around somewhere we shouldn't have, but we were just looking, right? Yeah, you would have liked to think that, but we didn't steal anything or take anything out, and we didn't tell anyone we looked, right? Yeah, that too. I was already regretting having committed such a wrong, even though it was it really so bad that Tomitaka-san and Takano-san deserved such cool death? Besides, I didn't care about anything I saw in the hotel. Takano-san was the only one getting so happy over it, wasn't she? Takano-san was the only one at fault. I didn't have anything to do with this. I'm not interested and not involved. I don't give a shit about what was in there. And you say so wouldn't solve anything. I could feel myself, my cold self in the innermost depths of my heart disguised at pointless howling. However, my emotions had broken through the dam. I couldn't stop. I didn't have any interest in this. from the start, damn it. All I want to do is watch Rika-chan's performance. You were the one who pulled me away from that, weren't you, Shion? I don't give a rat's ass whether those two were trying to steal something or trying to meet up secretly or whatever. That's right, you're the one who made me fall in love in the first place, Shion. You were getting me to see what's inside and you convinced me and then pulled me in. Why the hell did you do that? I didn't have anything to do with this. What will you do? What were you gonna do, damn it? How are you gonna take responsibility for this? Hey, are you listening? Oh. Did she end the call? Click. Without anyone in the phone cut up with the soft sound of a receiver being slammed. Oh boy, being slammed down. Shion was just as terrified as I was. I just said some really self-centered things. My wound up emotions disappeared as if they never existed, and in their place surged waves of deep regret at having run my mouth so irresponsibly. I could try to call out Shion's name from behind the disconnected phone, but it was too late. What have I done? Shion was only trying to tell me as much as he could about this thing to descend upon us. As for me, I could only whine like a child about it. I went to call her back, but then she remembered she lived in Okinawa. I didn't know her phone number. Since I had declared to me on the ice I hadn't seen Shion last night, I couldn't just call me on us and ask her for Shion's phone number. I was too scared. I couldn't even call her back. I was stricken with a hopeless regret. I returned the receiver to its stand and simply prayed that Shion would call me back again. Please, Shion, calm down and call me again. Oh. Ring, 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 ring. Hello, this is Maibara. I swear to this receiver as though I wouldn't go through if I didn't grab it at that exact moment. Yo! Welcome, Epic! How's it going? Bomb. Astic Daniel. You know, they call me the bomb for no reason. I am literally a bomb. This is obviously true. My second favourite Daniel. Damn. Are these glasses really that undermining? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. Are you doing good? Because yeah, at the moment I'm just playing this visual novel. It's so fun. We're sort of getting to like the, I don't know, like the I know wait, I know 4 Daniels. I'm probably the number 1. I don't even know like any of those other people. Oh, lucky. Damn. I mean, I kind of am, but at the same time I don't really know any other ones, so I couldn't make like, you know, fair judgment. Oh, you got into summer school? Damn, nice one. Wait, so you can do summer school along with like college stuff as well? Because I thought you said you were doing some sort of physics related, I think it was a PhD. That's really cool. Is this the Maibara residence? Excuse me for the late call. I'm Kimiyoshi. What? The fuck? Is this the head of the household? It was the voice of a girl who clearly wasn't Shion. All my hopes had rushed out of me. Who the fuck is this? I don't even recognise his voice. This is weird. No, it isn't. If you need that, I'll go call him. I went to put the receiver back down, but the caller stopped me hurriedly. I don't know, if he's busy then it's fine. This may be a strange question, but is my old man paying you a visit? No, nobody's here at the moment. I see. Again, I apologise for calling you so late at night. Goodbye. This is weird. Clack, I don't know who that was, but what if Shion tried to call me while I was on the phone? I thought, bubbling with egotistic anger. Hey, wait, give it a rate, my Balagiti. Oh! Oh my god! Oh, if you do Japanese, that would be so cool. I mean, the thing is about, oh, you're retaking maths. Nice one. God, I mean, oh, I don't know. I shouldn't advise you with stuff like this because it's your choice, but I can sort of, because the thing is I do German for GCSE at school and then I do Japanese just for like, you know, fun little hobby. These are the selfish emotions that made Sion mad at me, aren't they? The more I thought about it, the more I thought about that Sion. I'd given up our hope in the short time we had our conversation and didn't want to call anymore. Calm yourself, my Wataganashi. If Sion does call again, then first apologise in a calm voice. If you do that, then Sion should understand. However, no matter how long I waited, the phone didn't ring again that night again. Oh boy. When they cry. God, we are. I think Casey, he is in for some shit. That call with Kimiyoshi, that's it. After that, I have a feeling a lot of shit is gonna go down. Oh, that's really cool. ASL is. Oh yeah, ASL is American Sign Language. You said. Wow. That's really cool. Yeah, I definitely wish you luck in that. It's so interesting studying languages, if you ask me. There's no way I'll be able to sleep. Where's he hung up on the phone like that? I only realised for the first time what kind of situation I was in, as well as the only ally who to smart me was. Oh my god, it must be really weird. I mean, firstly, you can not only see the glasses, but yeah, it must just be really weird to see. Because I think when I first met you, how old was I? That feeling when I realised I need to move my webcam. How old was I when I... How was I when I first met you? Because I was probably... We definitely have, yeah, but like... I was like Mario 64 addict, completely just ruining my life. I think I was an anime fan as well. I mean, okay, I can't say anything, but I'm playing this, but like real hardcore one as well. I think, yeah, when I was 13, I don't even know, but I was either 13. No, I was 13. No, I was, yeah. God, we all really have. Oh, I waited with bated breath for Sion to calm down and call me back. What would I do if the phone rang while I was sound asleep? Well, there's some things that are worth waking up for, like, genuinely. No matter how long I waited, however, it never rang. Even exhausted, whether my mind started to wonder, I would jolt awake as though I heard the phone ring. In the end, I brought the cordless phone with me into my dawn and went to sleep with it in my arms. Though it still didn't amount to anything. Morning came, and by that time I was pretty sure she wasn't calling back. Oh god, that was when a fierce drowsiness assailed me. Damn it, this is no time for sleep, my Wataganashi. I slapped myself in the face a few times. Yeah, that's really good. I mean, that is really good. It's just really good to wear stuff like that, really. I don't know anything else I can say, really. Because I don't know if you've sort of noticed this recently, but I've really been trying to sort of, I don't know, just, I think it's been sort of a subconscious thing that I'm sort of wanting to start doing ever since I've really been trying at school. Maybe I just find stuff so much more interesting and really want to go so much more in depth with things now, and I love just talking about things that are really interesting. And I think it's perfect online as well, because with me, I am genuinely the worst at like eye contact and just looking at people and stuff like that. So to think that you can do it to think that you can do it online is it's so nice, because you have no worries. You can just say what your heart is really feeling, really. Oh god, that's a cheesy metaphor, but like still you can I couldn't agree more. Yeah, that wasn't enough either, so I brushed my teeth. After that, I was finally wide awake. When Mum saw how strange I was acting, her eyes went wide. What's wrong, Keiichi? Are you going somewhere today? Yeah, to school. I don't know why, I was really prepared for a jump scare then. Oh boy, school though. Then I wasn't walking. Keiichi, you don't look today. Do you have a cold? I'm not sick, I just didn't get much sleep. If I swear you out and start talking noises, just humour me. What kind of Nonsense, you'll say, I wonder, now I'm looking forward to it. I felt utterly shattered and still hadn't picked myself back up this morning, and felt precisely for that reason that Lena's honest smile was a sight for sore eyes.
Yo.
Oh boy, Mion. Yo. You can actually say that? I didn't realise that. So, yo, just backwards E. Yo, what's up, Ge-chan? Lena, good morning. What, Mi-chan, you look like you didn't get much sleep either. Mion had gone home early yesterday with a hangover, but she didn't look too good this morning either. Her useful cheerfulness was completely buried in shadow. Yeah, I went to bed at like 3. I'm a little tired. 3? You right after yesterday? Hey, now you can't keep staying up late. You probably read the first volume of a manga and then thought it was interesting and then read the entire series, didn't you? I understand, I've done that before. I haven't done that before, but there was this one anime where I watched the first few episodes and I was just like, no, I'm not going to bed. I stayed up until like 5 in the morning just watching every single episode. It was called like Elfen Lied. It's not a very... it's just not good. But it had the potential. I joked trying to shade off my sleepiness. I was trying to be considerate. However, neither Mion nor Rena smiled. In fact, they didn't even pay attention. Lena's expression immediately darkened. What? Wait, is this about a maid? He still hasn't... What? Wait, what? Nope. Hey, wait a minute. What are you talking about? You can't find the mayor? Even the classroom, which was normally buzzing with bright, joking voices, seemed filled with a different sort of murmur today. Hello, Kate-san. Have you heard? It looks like something terrible has happened. I don't really know this mayor person, but he's an old guy, huh? Couldn't he just be wandering around senile? The mayor is certainly not senile. He's a sprightly man who can teach both calligraphy and swords. Wow. He probably got lost somewhere like me. I lost the car. I want to take you home. What the fuck? Getting lost by the snow is only cute because children like Nika-chan. What the fuck? How is that? What is this logic? I want an old man getting lost isn't... I hate that word, mo. Or like moi. I don't know. When I ended today, dumb thoughts like that. Our teacher arrived. Everybody rushed to their seats. God, this is dodgy. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Classical humor was normal, but the atmosphere in the room was heavy. Some of you may have already heard, but last night, despite the late hour, the mayor never came home. Is there anyone who saw the mayor yesterday? Oh God, 1 or 2 hands went out in the silence and they told her about having seen him. None of it seemed to be vital information, however, and everyone began whispering around themselves. If anyone has seen the mayor, please tell an adult about it, alright? Oh God. So it really is serious shit. Now then, let's begin class. After that, the same old lessons began. The rumours, once quieted, blossomed in flowers again at lunchtime. I could hear a few different conversations that were mostly related to the mayor's different appearance. Summing them all up, I came up with this. Yesterday evening, the mayor went to a meeting at the Shrine's Assembly Hall. The meeting ended after the sun had fully set and everyone left. The elder's house was a bit far from the centre of Hinamizawa. It was already late and Hinamizawa didn't have a lot of lights outside. Nobody saw the mayor after the meeting. However, because he would have been hungry, he wouldn't have taken any side trips. He would have gone straight home. However, no matter how long his family waited, he never returned. It's just weird. Some thought that there might have been an accident. They left no stone unturned. They searched from the irrigation channels to the water wells and even in the rice paddies, but they didn't find him? What about Onigashii? Oh God, of course there was a limit to how far they could search in the middle of the night. The police were going to wait for daylight. Then have the young man of this town help search. If after all that they still didn't find him, they were apparently even going to go looking in the mountains. What about Onigashii? Like the lake? Get a diver out or something like that. Even now at this moment the adults were probably all searching for him. The more they searched in vain, the more time that passed. The only thing that came to mind was the curse. The rumours of Onigashii, the dealing away. Had he become this year's sacrifice to Yasudo-sama's curse, which had really been occurring every year? Oh, what happened, Epic? That scary possibility which everybody thought about but nobody could say aloud was surely spreading throughout the village. Oh my god, how come? Was he demoned away and offered as a sacrifice to quell Yasuda-sama's anger? My classmates were whispering to each other that the curse didn't happen this year, so there shouldn't have been any sacrifices. I, on the other hand, I knew the curse did happen again this year and there were 2 people that died. I just can't believe nobody's been notified, told by this, and actually been... I mean, if there's been a death, why aren't people going to mention it? I mean, these people need... I hadn't exactly thought the older would be the one to go missing. Yeah, no, I know. Like, but the thing is about, like, the Oyasudo-sama's curse, like, I think if people were actually killed by it, you might want to warn people. I mean, I suppose if it's a conspiracy and if you don't actually know the true perpetrator, like if it is some magic god or if it's just some dickhead that had a grudge upon somebody. That's really unclear. Oh, you're doing it for fun. That is a very weird thing to do for fun, but yeah. I suppose it passes time. It's better than what I do in, I don't know, for example, assemblies. I just like play with my fingers and everything. I just move my fingers around and I watch my fingers move, and that's somehow more entertaining than the assemblies are. It's so sad. Sion and I should have been a priority higher than him. The 4 of us were thieves that brought the taboo and set foot into the sacred ritual storehouse. If Tomitaka-san and Takano-san had suffered mysterious deaths, then it should have killed my and Sion's turn next. This time should have been Sion and me. Oh my god, I thought he said that out loud. I laughed painfully to myself. I yelled at Sion over the phone that I didn't want to end up in such a terrifying situation, but now that somebody else other than me has disappeared, I can only think that I should have been the first to go. Onigashiki, the bottomless swamp said to be the place where they drowned sacrifices long ago. Just as it ran through my thoughts, the villagers must have also considered the swamp. Maybe police drivers were plumbing to its depths even now. So that's it. I thought it said drivers. Damn. This probably wouldn't find anyone. Not a single missing person has ever been found. They'd always suspected Onigashiki, but not even once have they ever turned up as a corpse from it. After all, it was a devilish, bottomless swamp from which nobody who sinks can ever return. Could you imagine just somebody, I don't know, for example, for the memes, or if they didn't know about Onigashiki and like all the legends surrounding it, if they, I don't know, if they were doing some sort of geology related study, they could just go to the bottom of the cliff, go to the river. Oh no, it's a swamp. It's a swamp. So they could just go into the swamp water and then come back out, I guess. But what would be the point? I mean, it's a swamp. Like, what would you gain from that? God, that is a ridiculous theory. But like, if somebody was just swimming in a place like this casually and they didn't know about it, I wonder what would happen. It would be interesting. I could hear someone telling their friend that in the classroom. Now that you mention it, Satoshi-san. He left around this time last year, didn't he? Huh? Satoshi? I've heard that name before. He was right. He disappeared before because of last year's curse. The conversation on what was happening in the seat next to me, so I could hear it clearly. Didn't we hear didn't we search the whole village like this with Satoshi-san too? We didn't find him either. Huh, what did we decide that was? A demoning away, right? Yeah, I heard he withdrew all his savings and ran away from home. Somebody from the police said there was somebody who saw him and get on the bullet train in Nagoya station. Run away, huh? I wasn't that interested in the reason, which seemed understandable in this case. Everybody else who disappeared had their own reasons too. Either they were still on the run because they were criminals, or they were a corpse that couldn't be found. It's not like any of them suddenly disappeared into thin air for no reason, but they disappeared. Somebody disappeared whether the curse took a life, as if by design. This may have various understandable reasons, but they still disappeared. From that point of view, it might have really been a demoning away this time. The mayor's disappearance was the first such incident without a clear reason behind it. Of course, coming to that realization didn't help to resolve everything. Ooh. It looks like I messed up the seasoning today. Sorry. Are they having lunch? Oh yeah. Normally Daniel's lunch would have been devoured instantly, but today 3. Oh, there still a ton left. That wasn't because Daniel's lunch didn't taste good or anything though. That isn't the case. Velocity is just delicious as always. Satoko dips her chopsticks into Daniel's bento box and pulls out bits of food one after the other. Yes, delicious indeed. Today in particular, in fact. Chomp, chomp. Oh my god. Bro, I thought that said cockroach. Oh my god. You know these are pumpkin croquettes, right? Are you okay? Yes. If it's your pumpkin, then it's delicious. This other girl disliked pumpkin. Regardless, she was adopted to smile and shove more in her mouth. Damn. What a friend. Everybody knew nobody's lunch tastes very good today. Sadako kept slapping it down, repeating her remark on how good it was. Oh. If it's like then I guess I've got to have some. Sadako's going to eat it if we leave her. It's just so good, so I would certainly like it if kids' time was to eat some as well. Well, sometimes I have to show my or generosity, right? Okay, don't hold back on my account. Eat enough for the both of us today. She really hated pumpkin, didn't she? That made it all the more touching to see Satogo's own brand of generosity. I grabbed her hand and started stroking it. Satogo, in a somewhat exaggerated fashion, was bawling, tears streaming down her face. No, you'll never grow up if you give away such food. No, you eat too. I only have leftover vegetables, so you put it. Tastes great after having sat overnight. Yeah, the daikon radish has a pretty colour going through it. It looks delicious. I guess I'll have some then. Then I reached out with her chopsticks, and at last the usual lunchtime atmosphere began to return. That was only at our desk for however, the dark tales of Higurashi Summer's curse, which had reoccurred for the village 5 years in a row, didn't cease. Oh my god. That's actually terrifying. Oh my god, it must be. I mean, I don't know, there's my Mac where if you remove a keypad on my Mac, like it sort of has this small little switch that you can press, but I swear on my Windows PC, like if you ever remove a keycap, like it's just basically like typing on a surface. There's nothing to sort of press down and then it goes up again. It's a nightmare. I mean, god. The tales of Higurashi Summer's curse, which recurred for 5 years in a row, didn't cease. The old Guasman remained struck in the somber mood. I find it really awkward when you take out mechanical key parts though, because they have a massive switch and it just really hurts the middle of your finger to actually type it. Because I've tried it before, I think, but I don't know. Oyasudo Summer's curse had happened for 5 years straight. Everybody wanted the previous year to be the last. What was Oyasudo Summer's curse anyway? They were going to build a dam in Hinamizawa. The people building it were bad, so they were cursed. I would admit it that much. Still, the dam project was frozen years ago, wasn't it? So why was the curse suddenly persisting? I had myself on the cheese to pull myself back up. Everybody was trying so hard to brighten the mood. I couldn't go straight back to thinking about the curse like that. I forced a grim story out of my head. Driving Oyasudo Summer's curse out of my thoughts was actually a really good idea. In the end, that meant I would also be driving away from the most terrifying thought of all, that I could be the curse's next target. Oh god, I have a feeling this is going to be a bad hope to launch onto. Mion's taking a while, wasn't she? How long does it take to wash your hands? Mion hadn't said she was going to wash her hands and hadn't left. She hadn't came back yet. That's weird. She's probably taking a little afternoon nap somewhere. I think she was pretty late last night looking for the mail after all. Oh god, that's the worst. Well, I wish you good luck in your future typing endeavours. Oh god, it's going to be so... Oh my god, are you even going to put all the keys back together? Or Or is that just going to be like something that is just no? I smiled wryly and let out a sigh. Today was no good. However, much as I lighten the mood, things always came back to the mayor. It was almost just a no good day. I just transferred here recently, so the shock of a curse happening 5 years running was an unimaginably big one. Maybe I do need to appreciate that. When Misan was really little, the mayor would always spoil her. When she was going through her prankster phase, she loved her like his own daughter. Oh god, that must be tough. I see Myeon was in shock too. Somebody disappearing all because of a curse was a scary thing. If the sacrifice was somebody you knew, then the shock must be 100 times worse. Satoko, if she came to the same conclusion, bit her lower lip and looked downward. Oh, Rika-chan is taking a while too. Maybe they're taking a nice afternoon nap together? Oh, that's interesting. Rika wasn't about that, like, as soon as she yawned, everybody gathered around her and started saying good night, good night. Now that you mentioned it, there was a lot of old people rubbing their prayer beads in the fervent gratitude to Rika-chan's during the festival too. An image of the indulgent elderly came to mind. How Rika-chan discovered a way to get herself to be pampered like that? Is there a reason the old people treat Rika-chan like an idol? Is she their ideal image of a granddaughter or something? I don't know anything about that. Oh. Oh my god, I'll tell you what, we always get people at school doing that. They always like take out the arrow keys and then they just switch them in like any spot that is just the most convenient. No, the inconvenient even. So you get, for example, like up arrow keys, you put them on the left and right arrow keys. you see people doing that so many times. It's kind of sad, but it's kind of funny at the same time. I don't know anything about that, but I want to see you do concert. The start of this sentence versus the end of this sentence. I don't personally think it's that cute. It's more of a gwah. And as you open so mouth really wide, you can see the back of her throat. Rika-chan's quite warm. Oh god. But then as handy at times like these, I finally managed to felt a heartfelt laugh. She's genuine though. She's genuinely thinking this. I swear. How do you laugh at that? It's concerning. Oh right, I'm on day-to-day duty, aren't I? I need to go water the flower garden. The garden is right outside the teacher's lounge too, so they can immediately tell if you don't do it right. I think Satoko Town is cute, not only because I'm giant. Bro, who would not be thinking that? I can't breathe. Oh, I got a glimpse, it was so cute. Oh my god, she's cute too, I'm gonna tell you. And I was strangling Satoko, I don't think that counts as yawning. You know, then I can't really say it out loud, but she's a notorious censored, isn't she, sweat. Slut? Is that the word? Hearing Satoko make a weird noise like a chicken being strangled was kind of hilarious, and I couldn't help but laugh. At some point the classroom had erupted into laughter too. Maybe then I was doing it on purpose. Even if she wasn't, the nonsense was a welcoming sight. Anyway, let's go over to the flowers while I still have time. Slowly and quietly, lest I destroy the room's newfound peace, I left the classroom. The watering can was hanging outside the kitchen. This building had originally been an all-male forestry service building, so there was apparently nothing so thoughtful as a garden here before. Damn. When they decided to have a school share the space, they built one there as a modest gesture of appreciation. But well, the flower bed is a little longer than you'd expect. It went all round. It went all over the place. It was so big one would need to refill the watering can 5 or 6 times to get it all out. Damn. I was doing this together with a kid who was also thankfully on day duty today. She was in the lowest grade though, and a full size sim smaller than even Rika-chan. Damn. I couldn't make a kid who was struggling just to lift the full watering can. Help me with this. If you were placed on day duty with somebody who liked this sort of thing, they do it all for you, so it'd be cake. No point in blaming her. I give it up, so I just get started. Watering can in hand, just as I was about to leave the building, the old man from the forestry office had addressed me. Sonny, there's a vegetable garden behind the warehouse, right? It's all about just growing out. Was it that too? When? Oh god. I mean the curry. Oh, of course, a curry vegetable garden. But yeah, you mean the curry vegetable garden? The one with the potatoes and the carrots and the other things that are only ingredients for curry. Oh my god. It's definitely the personal gardening of our curry loving teacher, but making students responsible for his upkeep is getting them involved in their personal affairs. True. I couldn't say that to his face though, so I gave up and decided to carry out my day duties. The sunlight out front was strong. The great chorus of cicadas was strongly underlining how nothing was different today than yesterday. I passed by the classroom and I didn't know how it happened, but then and Satoko were in the middle of a huge melee. While I was gone, the kids arranged the desks in a circle, forming a ring while everyone was cheering them on. Right, yes, that's how it should be. Once school ended, we would need to return to reality where talk of the eldest disappearance would once again be all over the place. I wanted everyone to forget about everything and just have fun like yesterday, if only while they were at school. In that sense, Satoko's whirling elbow and Ena's backwards flying spin kick made for a pleasant sight. Even if, as a result, they flipped over my desk. Oh, that's my pencil box! Gah! How did it happen today? Bro, this dude is really actually exaggerating sound effects. I set to work hastily wanting everything, wanting nothing more than to be done as soon as possible. Oh, that should about do it. No sooner had I thought that then I remembered I had to water the teacher's vegetable curry garden. I was such a pain, but I have the feeling it will come back to bite me if I don't. I gave up, filled the can with water again, and headed behind the warehouse. This is a place students didn't like to go. It was always damp here, and you couldn't discard the possibility of slugs, pill bugs being around. What are pill bugs? Maybe they could be like wood lice, because wood lice are shaped sort of in pills, I suppose. I don't know. So when I ran across her in a place like that, I was surprised. What? Oh, it's Rika-chan. Don't scare me like that. Rika-chan was just standing there like a puppet, devoid of life. I was the only one who was startled here. Rika-chan didn't even seem to react to my appearance. Rika-chan? Finally, she noticed me. Ooh. Her expression was clearly abnormal. There was a red under her eyes, stained with tears and dirt. God. There were blades of grass stuck in her hair too, and her clothes looked as though she'd fallen onto the ground. Rika-chan, are you hurt? Did you fall? Hick. No, that isn't it. Rika-chan said in the brightest voice she could manage if she rubbed her eyes. She didn't look anywhere near normal though. What happened? You weren't sleeping on the storehouse roof and then fall off or anything? Did you? Don't worry about me. I have something I want to ask you, Keiichi. Oh god. Rika-chan walked over to me and clung me. At first I thought he was playing a trick on me. Eventually, however, I realised it was so that I wouldn't run from the question she was about to ask. I shuddered. What do you want from me? She looked straight into my eyes. Her upturned eyes bored right into me. It was as though they were trying to pull the answer out from my own eyes without actually asking me the question. It was scary, so I averted my eyes from hers. Keiichi, did you do something bad on the night of the festival? My really give a job was very cool. Rika-chan, who was clinging to me, might have felt my shiver. I noticed a tingle fall up from my feet after going back to my back and freezing my entire body. It made its way into my brain. Keiichi, did you really not remember? My head began to throb. I don't understand anything. Mion asked me, Oshi-san asked me, Sion asked me, and now Rika-chan was asking me. We thought nobody knew about what we did last night, but in fact everybody knew. They all knew and they all came to ask me again and again until I admitted it. When I thought about it, it was pretty clear the whole thing was out in the open. After all, don't Tomitaka-san and Takano-san's death prove it? Keiichi? How should I respond? We never should have entered the forbidden storehouse, and even though I regretted it so much, was she saying it wasn't enough? However, I had all but decided what I was going to say. I'm not exactly a good kid, you know. I've done lots of bad things, so I can't remember anything specific. Just as I had with the others, I evaded the question because I stared up with me at innocent eyes. Our eyes were so painful that I had to look away. God. After a few moments of mutual silence, Higurashi released me. I'm sorry for asking you something strange. Please forget about it, she said, smiling her usual face. Damn. And on top of that, she went running off as nothing had happened. As I retreated in the silence, I could feel her accusing me. Higurashi, if she didn't hear my voice, then I was going to give up. However, she heard it. Oh boy. Higurashi sniffled around and waited for me to continue. I was the one who had the questions now. Still, asking any of them could just be a half-assed way of admitting what I did. Hey, Higurashi. Yeah, it's got to be careful. What is it? If everybody knows anybody, if everybody knows anyway, then I should be able to at least ask this, right? Why is everybody asking me about the night of the festival that evening? Had I done something that wrong? I felt plenty sorry about it. I only looked away anyway. I didn't break anything or steal anything, really. Still, Tomitaka-san and Dogono-san, they died so miserably. Since those two had come to such an end, there's obviously no way it would only forgive me. Tomitaka-san completely tilted her head and confused and waited for me to say something. If I were to admit what happened to me that night, though, she might suddenly do a 180 as if flipping a switch. That would make sense. Higurashi was the shrine maiden. She was the least likely to forgive me for breaking the taboo, wasn't she? Upon reflection, wouldn't telling her be more terrifying than telling me on or was so? Higurashi could just give up now and leave, couldn't she? She didn't. She only was quietly waiting for me to say it myself. Say it, Madabai, Geichi. If you really are sorry, then you should say so. Of course. It's normal to hesitate given the crazy way Tomitaka-san and Dogono-san died. A popping machine called Chaos was grinding up my brain. The juice ran out of it. Ugh. Turned into big droplets of sweat which began to fall. Keiichi. Higurashi suddenly straightened up, trying to pat me on the head. I don't really understand what you're worried about, Keiichi. I had nothing to say to that. I lowered my head a little so that Higurashi-san's arm could reach it. She petted me kind of like the one with a cat. Do you know about the storehouse and little way? What? It's those the emblems we use for rituals. My breath literally stopped. God, I don't blame him. Higurashi, though, wasn't acting in a coercive way at all. Apparently, on the night of a festival, a cat snuck into the store. A cat? Yes. Hell no, Higurashi knew. She realised I was in fear. I could tell she was desperately trying to choose the right words so she wouldn't scare me. The cat always wanted to explore inside the storehouse, but I was mean to it, and I never let it go inside. So on the night of the festival, the cat couldn't hold its back self any longer and went inside. Cat, it was clearly supposed to be Takuno-san. Or, wait, was it supposed to be me? No, it's Takuno-san, or Shion. Shion no Takuno. No way. Inside, there were actually other things that scared the cat. Higurashi made a cute gesture like a ghost was coming out to frighten me. The cat was both terrified and amazed. It ran away as fast as it could, it was terrible. I think because it's amazed, it's Takuno. Shion was just terrified. She wasn't really interested in anything related to, you know, the things that were in that place. This cat, who were you saying it was? The cat is a cat. No. Higurashi still already saying it. The cat though was without a doubt me. Higurashi, please tell me. The cat, what should it do now? Maybe it was a demonstratory question to what I sort of admitted to being the cat. The cat is just a cat, so it can just keep meowing and everything would be fine. Everything would be fine, that's stupid. Shouldn't you just keep meowing? Geez, Higurashi and I put together an entire conversation using cat as a code word. I didn't say anything directly, but I had already admitted it. I didn't want to end up like those two. I didn't want to be a sacrifice like Shion said. That's what I thought, so I stubbornly remained silent, but now that's enough. I can't just keep meowing. The dogs of the cat made me stupid and sneaking inside. The dog. That's right. It was the dog. He keeps coming to the cat, trying to get it to say that it's not inside. After I said that, Rika-san's expression clouded over. She was trying to hide it, but I'd already not noticed her eyes were dark. Rika-san decided it was frightening, so I surprised her on. At that point, Rika-san grinned. It's alright. I'll protect the cat. I thought for a moment that I had misheard those words, so dependable they were. The cat is really scared, but really isn't that bad. I think all of the dogs are just misunderstanding. Eh? It's not really that bad. The cat is just worrying too much. I'll do something about it for sure. Rika-san will do something about it? I don't even know left from right at the moment, so Rika-san didn't look all dependable. It might be hard, but I'll do my best. Go for it, yee. She closed her fist and stuck it in the air. Rika-san said that the cat can just keep me eye. She said to leave it all to wear. Is that really all it took to resolve this whole thing? Will you really be alright, Rika-chan? If I don't do my best, then something bad could happen to the dogs too. What? I had no idea what Rika-chan was talking about anymore. She had been talking to me under the assumption that I was aware of certain things. So at first I understood her around the middle, though I stopped understanding anything. However, one thing I did know was to not worry and leave it to her. Rika-san straightened up once again and patted me on the head and smiled. I was so moved by that reassuring feeling that I could help but start to cry. I'm sorry. Okay, it really was just a little bit of mischief. I didn't think any of this would. It's too much for a scaredy cat. That's why I should never have seen the storehouse. She was right. It was far too shocking for anyone to see based on a little bit of interest alone. That's why they made it so difficult to look at in the first place, wasn't it? Because what happened to the cat? Two of the cats were stuck in the wall that night. They... Oh god, I heard Tomitaka-san and Takano-san's death were being kept a secret. Rika-san might not have known about it. Tomitaka and Takano. I gave a start at the second mention of actual names, though it was weird to do that at this point. I mean, that actually kind of, I mean, we already know she knows about it, but like, that confirms she knew who was there. You should forget about them. My fine. Stomach froze again. Forget? Yes. That wouldn't do you any good to remember those two Keiichi. The more you think about it, the scarier it will get, so you should forget about them as soon as possible. She said something so obnoxiously terrifying without letting a smile on her face. Wait for it too. I didn't know where you heard about it from, but you should forget everything. Make your mind out. As clean as a scrub bath. Because you know, don't you? You know how else you died. No matter how they died, it was nothing to do with you, Keiichi. Rika declared this in a flat voice, nothing to do with me, so forget about it. The girl before me, she was innocent and lovable and even seemed trustworthy, but suddenly shit took on another dimension. Don't get involved with their deaths, I'll help you, Keiichi. Those two contradictory statements twisted and distorted my image of the girl in front of me. Well, what about Sion? What happened to her? It might have been dangerous to mention Sion's name, but I couldn't stop myself from asking. Rika-san saw through everything anyway. There was no way I was going to fool her or keep anything from her at this point. The younger of the sister cats? Yeah, the little sister cat. Rika-san appeared to think upon this for a moment. It was hard for me to endure even this momentarily silence. The big sister cat is angry. Ooh. The little sister cat did something bad, so she's really mad. The big sister cat, that can only mean Mion. I recall being questioned by her yesterday. Keiichi, the big sister cat is not in a good mood at all. I think we should leave her alone for a while. Not in a good mood. Those words sent a shiver through me. Mion was mad, she was mad that we entered the ritual storehouse. Let's stop having club from now on. Fuck. Huh? Why? I think we should leave her alone. Because I entered the sentence with such force that I couldn't say anything in response. Hey, Mayabara Keiichi, don't disobey Rika-san right now. She's the only one who said she can help me right now. I'll leave things to her just as she said to. I mean, she even said that the cat should just keep me eye. I'll forget everything. Like she said, I'll leave everything to her. I'll forget everything about Takano-san and Tomitake-san, about what I did that night. Oh, just then we heard a bell far away, marking the end of our lunch break. I guess we should go back to class. Keiichi, as if she had noticed how miserable I was, about to leave everything to wear and flee the scene, Higurashi called out to stop me. If the misunderstanding dogs come to try and bite the cat, please tell me, okay? Oh, interesting. The misunderstanding dog, she put it in such a cute sounding way, but the true meaning behind those words, it was an eerie one. Who is the misunderstanding dog? The dog that bit the... Wait, she knows who killed... What? She knows who killed the mayor? I didn't know why I did that. If it was going to buy everyone, it would have been the trickster cat for... What? That's weird. The flow blood in my body felt like it had completely stopped for a moment. Higurashi had admitted it. Sacrifices of that terrible calamity. She admitted that if they were to happen again, it would be Sion and I. This I didn't know was true about the girl standing in front of me, before me. My suspicion gave way to fear, and then it began to change into anger. Was she a savior who could protect me, or a stranger trying to capture and kill me for the sake of a horrible tradition? I had no idea what was true. I'm sorry, the cat is already scared and I said something to scare it even more. I'm really sorry. Higurashi bowed so quickly it looked like her head had been pulled downwards. Still, she was right, I was cowering. I could distinctly feel my body shaking violently. So I Higurashi reached her hand to pat me on the head. I pulled away without thinking. Oh, I'm sorry. Higurashi made a very sad face, but I couldn't bring myself to put out my head for her again. Ooh. That day, Higurashi said she wasn't feeling up for club activities, so she suggested we didn't bother. They're always virtuous when somebody doesn't feel up to it, and the others seemed very disappointed. The bassist cat is not in a good mood. I remembered Higurashi's words and quietly stole a glance at Mion's expression. If I can forget the way she questioned me yesterday, though, her behaviour was the same as it always normally was. That's odd. Interesting. Right, I think I'm gonna stop here because, yeah, I don't know, I don't really feel like playing much today. It's just kind of annoying because I want to play a lot, but I don't know, my mouth is really dry, so I'm finding it really hard to talk and just utter words I want to say. And I should probably go to bed anyway because it's nearly midnight. So. Actually, no, I think what I'll do, change of plan, I think I'll finish the day and then I'll just, exit like we always do. After dinner, without the energy to watch TV, I climbed into the light on in my bedroom and let my head be overtaken by gloomy thoughts. I told Higurashi everything. She seemed just at the time, but that had really been the right choice. Really? The more I looked back on it, the less I understood what Higurashi was saying. Not only did she know about Takano-san and Tomitake-san's deaths, but she spoke of them as they were a concerned party. She was a concerned party. After all this time in my futon, I began to tremble fiercely. Oh god, he actually has a futon? Wow, can't imagine that. You must never be able to see it again. If I have one of those things, I would never be able to climb in it and just sleep in it, like, ever. After seeing, for example, like the Hinamizawa backstory between the Dons and, yeah, what they resembled, let's just say that. And I've been lured in by Higurashi-chan's sweet smile and told her things I shouldn't have. I should have continued to find incongruence. I shouldn't have shown her such a weak side of me. My emotions are a mix of regret and fear, and it coloured the darkness of the night with an additional layer of terror. Suddenly a knock? I'm out of yelp. That's how surprised I was. Keiichi, I've been calling your name for a while. You have a phone call. It's from Sonozaki-san. Oh, it was Dad. I reached out from the caller's phone through the gap in my door. Sonozaki-san, which one? The older sister or the younger? I don't know. Ask her yourself. Oh, I took the receiver and buried myself in my futon again. Hello, Sion. Or is it Sion? It's Sion. Oh, that's kind of a relief, but at the same time it's, yeah, it's me, Sion. Good evening. I practically jumped out of bed. It was Sion who I'd hoped, so I hoped so definitely would call me back last night. Sion, I'm sorry about last night. I got all riled up. I heard what sounded like a deep sigh on the other end. You and me are in the same position, aren't we? I shouldn't have blamed you for everything last night. I'm sorry, so please chill out. I called you because I'm in a better mood. If you're sorry, then I'll forgive you. So please stop apologizing. Sion's tone still sounded a little angry, but for a moment she said to forgive me. You're right too, but that's the same thing. Making sure that the other was alright is the only thing we can guarantee to our own safety. Yeah, I agree. We absolutely need to share whatever information we have so that we don't die like Takano-san or Tomitake-san did. God, I forced myself to swallow a drop of saliva. Then let's continue from where we left off. You'll listen without getting angry this time, right? Yeah, I'll be fine. Firstly, it seems sneaking into the ritual storehouse was more of a taboo than we thought. Oh god, Takano-san and Tomitake-san's miserable ends, terrible enough that you could call them warning. They were nothing more than enough to make me believe that. They were more enough to make me believe that. The cops killed those two, the one responsible for sullying the storehouse. They'll come for us next. Oh god. Yeah. They probably would. I know you want to deny that, but please accept it. It'll be too late to believe me after you disappeared, okay? I've got it. You can never be too careful after all. I don't want to waste that either, to think that sneaking a peek at the Museum of Torches deserves a death like that. I don't want to believe it. It shouldn't. That's what a taboo is. For those who wonder if one breaks the taboo, no matter how small or innocent their intentions were, they won't be forgiven. Those are about anything because it seems strange. If we connect all the tiny pieces that we have, then maybe we'll find out who killed them, or maybe even the truth behind the incidents of these previous years. We'll want to keep it resolve everything. God. You're right about that. All I was doing was waiting for but Sion had already thought that far ahead. Given how trustworthy she felt, I was getting embarrassed over how passive I was being. And I stopped since it was yesterday. I felt like somebody else been watching me. Oh shit. Well, it might be my imagination, but I'll tell you anyway. I think it's just me, but if you feel like you're being watched to get on, then maybe it's just not my imagination. Well then, don't worry. At the very least, everything's been fine for me. I think a suspect was Shion, I thought back on today. I had no grounds to say everything was fine. I see. Then I suppose it was my imagination, but you be careful to get on. Be especially careful when you're by yourself in public. I'm in Okinomiya, so I won't be alone very often, but you live in Hinamizawa. There'll be a lot of times where you'll be alone. Please be extra careful. Yeah, alright, yeah, I'll be careful. Alright, how about my sister? She's been acting strange lately. Your sister, oh, me, alright? What do you mean by acting strange? Well, yesterday she came to me and asked me where I was on the night of the Wataganashi. What? She asked me. Oh shit. The day before yesterday, I think Mio asked me. I see, I told her I wasn't there. What did you say? I said the same thing. I just dodged the question. Both of us gave a quite sigh of relief. Ever since the night of the festival, my sister has been acting very strangely. We can't be too careful, so just be aware, okay? Mio was acting strangely. Apart from her asking me about the night of the Wataganashi, she hadn't seemed too out of the ordinary, at least from my point of view. Her twin sister, though, was saying she was acting weird. Maybe it was just such a slight change that a stranger like me wouldn't be able to notice. Got it. I'll start being careful. Always have Lena with me on my way back from school, so I shouldn't end up alone with me on very often. Please be careful. If there's anything that's bothering you, you can tell me. Alright. Oh god. Okay. And is there anything you want to tell me, Kei-chan? My turn. That's right, maybe I should report on Oishi-san asking me the same question in the library. Oh, that time when you were too slow to escape? Yeah, Oishi-san was making me ask me pretty forcefully whether I was with Takano-san and Tomitake-san on that night, and whether I'd seen you. Oishi-san seemed to have the four of us together. Yeah, from the police's point of view, that would make us the last people who had seen them. Oh shit, that's true. I suppose given that it's only natural they'd be interested in us. I read the questions then too, but I might have made them even more interested. There's no way I could have tricked that sly old fox Oishi-san. My trouble countenance would have only made him even more certain. He's sure, says that the police shouldn't we just tell them? I mean, considering our situation, I think having them on our side would be a good thing. Shion didn't answer right away for a few moments all I could hear was her breathing at the.
そういえば大石さんは
Now
ミ
that
オ
I
ン
think
に
about it,
何
Lee
らか
San
の
said
嫌疑
that
があ
there
る
was something possibly
なんて
shady
言っ
about
てたよう
Mio.
な気がす
At
る。
least that's what he said.
確かに
Yeah,
そう言ってた。
yeah, he
昨日
definitely
も
did.
話しまし
As
た
I
通
explained
り、
yesterday, the Sonozaki
その崎
family
家
has a
は
lot of
大
influence
石
over
は
Hinamizawa.
一連の
Lucy
連
is
続
under
開
the
始事
impression
件
that
を
the whole village
そ
with
の
the
崎本家
Sonozaki
が中心
family
になった
is at
裏
the
ぐるみ
center
の
of
犯
it
行だと
all.
疑ってい
It's
ますから。
responsible for these recurrent freak deaths. Fuck.
その崎家が中心に
The
なった
whole village is behind them with the
裏ぐるみの
Sonozaki
犯行
family at the center. Please don't get angry like you did yesterday and just listen. I hammered that home before I got too upset. During the Hinamizawa Dam Wars, the priest who everyone was anticipating to lead the anti-dam movement acted as though he was unrelated. So the Sonozaki main house rose up to take charge. My sister told you about the battles that happened, right?
ひなみ沢
Yeah,
全
all
体
of
で
Hinamizawa
一
got
月デ
together
モ
and
をしたり
fought to
裁
one.
判に訴えたり
That's one.
テレビに
They
出たり
held protests.
もっともっ
Presidents
と
caught
過
and
激
even
な
a
こ
bit
とも
on
たく
TV.
さん
In
行わ
reality,
れ
there
た
are
んで
many things that happened that were far
その
more
崎本家
extreme.
が水
And
面
in
下
the
で
service, the Sonozaki main
さ
house
ま
was
ざまな
doing
違
all
法
sorts
な
of...
抵抗活動を行ったと
God.
いう。
違法な
They
抵
were
抗
acting
活動
illegally.
例えば
Oh
夜
God.
中に
For
建設
example, they
現場
would
に忍び
sneak,
込み
sneak into the construction site in the middle of the night and would steal equipment or break it.
建設重機の
Put
ガソリン
shivers
タン
in
クに
ducts
角
and
砂糖を
tanks.
入れたりと
Oh
か。
God. The construction
ガソリン
vehicles.
タンクに砂糖
So
なんでそ
amazing.
知らないんですか？
Why would they?
戦
You
争
don't
中
know?
に
It's
フ
practically
ラ
the
ンスの地下
representative
組
of
織なんかが
guerrilla
やった典型的なゲリ
tactic.
ラ活
It
動
was
で
used
す。
by the underground organization in France in World War One.
砂糖を入れると
For one, when you put
エンジンが焦げついて
sugar in,
壊れちゃうん
the
です
engine
よ。
gets burned out and break. No. Oh damn. Oh. That's interesting. I never knew that. That's pretty bad though, isn't it? It was the destruction of property and
建
nothing
設
less.
現場への
When they
監視
beefed
が
up the
強化さ
guard
れ
at the
ると、
construction facility,
今度
the
は
guard, the
工事
family
の重要
turned
な
to
立場にある
the
人間
attacking
への攻
important
撃に変更さ
construction
れまし
personnel who worked
た。
there.
例えば、工事を認可した役人たちにはさまざまな脅迫が行われました。
Oh shit. The government officials who were given permission for the construction, for example, received all kinds of...
それは
Oh god.
県庁の
Not
役
just
人
people
だ
from
け
the
でなく、
prefectural office either.
建設庁
Apparently
の
this
偉い
reached as
役
far
人
as
に
the
まで及んだ
Ministry
そう
of
です。
Construction. Fucking hell.
聞いた話では、
As far as I've heard,
子供の
they've
誘拐
even
までやったと
kidnapped
か。
a child.
誘拐
ええ、
Oh
建設
god.
庁のhinamizawa沢ダムを担当する
Child
偉
of
い
an
人の子
impossible
供が
person in the
神隠し
Ministry
に
of
あったんですよ。
Construction who was in charge of the Hinamizawa Dam project got
で、
spirited away.
ある日突然、hinamizawa沢
Then
のもっ
one
と
day,
上
all
流
of a
の
sudden, he was
高
rescued
津
in
戸
the
の山中で保護されまして、
Katsuro Mountains, which are upstream from
犯
Hinamizawa.
行声明はなかったって言われて
Apparently,
る
there
ん
were
ですけ
no
ど、
any criminal accusations,
ダ
but
ム
the
工
people
事を
whispered
中止す
about
るようにとの
there
脅迫があ
had
ったの
been a
ではない
threat
か
to
と
stop
囁かれています。
the dam construction.
他にも他にも、
God.
枚挙に
Besides
いと
that,
まが
there
な
were
いほど
stories
の
about
脅
so
迫
many
の
different
話
threats
があ
that
り
I
ます。
could possibly. Oh,
それは
God.
確かに
That's well,
ちょ
sort
っ
of
と
bad,
や
isn't
ばい
it?
な。
Just sort of bad.
そんな
God.
最中だったんです
Right in
よ。
the
第
middle
一
of this
の
whole
事
thing,
件。
the first incident
現場
happened.
監督のバ
That's
ラバ
when
ラ
this
殺人があ
women
ったのは、
at the construction
その
manager
崎家が
occurred.
主犯格の男
People
を買
whispered
収
that
した
the
のではと
Sonozaki family
囁かれ
still
てます
hadn't
が、
brought
何
out
し
the
ろ
visible
今日も
offender,
逃
but
走
of
中
course
で
he
すから
fled
ね。
and they still haven't found him. As you put it that way, the Sonozaki family definitely seems
犯
suspicious.
人も
Which
口
someone
封
even
じで
seems to
消
think
し
that
た
the
んじゃな
criminal
い
was
かって
erased,
大石は思ってて当然ですね。
which is pretty
身
reasonable
内
of
で
him.
その崎本家の暗躍があったのではないかと思ってるくらいで
It's
すから。
even enough to make me think that the Sonozaki main house is doing some really shady things behind the scenes, even though I'm related to
そ
them.
れを
Are you telling me to
ミオ
believe
ンのそ
that?
の崎本家
That the
が
Sonozaki
そ
main
んな
house
悪
where
いことを
Mion
やって
lives
きたと
has been doing all these bad
信じ
things?
ろと
You're
いう
telling
の
me
か
to believe it?
ケイちゃんが信じなく
Even
て
if you
も、
don't get on, the
自
villagers
分
do.
たちが
While
綺麗
they're
な
opposed
抵
for
抗
the
運動
dam
を
and
自分
upright
たち
and
の矢面に
otherwise
立
the
って戦って
Sonozaki
く
house
れた
did
ん
the
だっ
dirty
て
work.
みんな思ってます。
Yeah, everybody believes that they fought at the front, so they take the brunt of the criticism. So they
ひょっ
respected
と
the
したら
sort
ダー
of
クヒー
heroes
ロー
of
と
the
して崇
darkness.
められているんですよね。
God.
私が知ってい
I
る
think
の
I
は、
only really know one part of it. For example, the really bad stuff like the kidnapping. I think only a handful people even
当
know
主の
about
バッチ
it,
ャを含め、
including Grandma.
そ
Oh,
の
of
崎家
course
は
she
秘
knows
密主義
about
です
it.
から。
The Sonozaki family is
秘
secretive
密
after
主
all.
義
Secretive, huh? Families are unforthcoming that even Sion, who is related to them, doesn't know everything about them. The Sonozaki family, unlike Sion, her older twin Mion, was deeply involved with everything, and that was not a fun thought to entertain.
そういった
My
違
sister
法な
though,
抵抗
Young
運
was the
動
one
の
who
中
acted
心
as
と
the
して
center.
年
The
少ながら
illegal
口
was
日本が
Neon was
ど
what
う
do
い
you
うこと
mean?
うちのお父さん
Well,
ヤ
Arad
ク
is
ザ
a
の大物ですから
boob-show
年
yakuza.
少のお姉でも
Even
若
when
い
she was
柄の
little,
悪いのを
my
何
sister
人も
managed
捕ま
to
えることができま
subjugate
した
Bunch of young street rats.
で
God.
さまざま
He
な
did
嫌が
all
らせ
sorts
や
of tricks
妨
and
害を
then
やったの
genuinely
だ
got in their
あ
way.
の
今
Mion
は
did
なんだ
that.
か
Now she's pretty
のん
laid
び
back,
りし
so
た
it might
雰
be
囲気
hard
だ
to
が器物
imagine.
破損か
She
ら
did everything from
脅
properly
迫
property
暴
damage
行
to
まで
threats
一
to
通りこなし
and
て
even acts of violence,
何
and
度
she
も
was
補導され
picked
たん
up
ですよ
for countless
子供
times.
ですからすぐに
Even
釈
though
放
she
し
was a
てもら
kid,
えた
they
みたいですけどね
could get her, though she was a kid, they could get her
お
released
姉は
pretty easily.
自分の年齢が武器
She
にな
learned
る
that
こと
her
を知っ
age
てたみたいです
could be used as a weapon. Maybe the indiscreet eye couldn't help but chuckle dryly. She may have been young, but she was certainly still Mule. Even back then, she had been known for her craftiness.
笑い事じゃない
There's
です
nothing to laugh
真剣
about.
になって
Please
くだ
take
さい
this
あ悪い
seriously. Oh, sorry, I
そん
didn't
な
mean
つもり
to.
じゃ
Shion had gotten pretty angry at me.
そんな
Well,
不
her
良娘だ
delinquency
ったお姉も
soon got
い
her
つ
into
の間
a
にか
position of
その先
authority
本家
in
の
the
中
Osmosaki
心大石
main
が
house.
バラバラ殺
It's
人
not
以降の事件
unthinkable
を疑
that
いたくなるのも
Oishi-san was
まあ無理
suspecting
ない
for
こ
the
とです
dismemberment incidents and the later ones too. For the first few moments I was dumbstruck the times of Mion's past. None of them matched the image I had of her. A younger Mion, dirtying her hands with all sorts of crime, giving the downward chance from Patrick hell. As a successor to the Sonozaki main family, she was always right at the centre of the vortex of strange incidents occurring year after year. Was that really the Mion I know? Maybe the one I know isn't the real Mion? I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't bring myself to accept that these images of Mion I was hearing from another person.
話を戻します お
Well,
姉
back
が
to the
注
main
意に
subject, I
値
just
する
wanted to
存
know.
在であることは
I just wanted you to know that my sister was
理解してもらえたと思います。
someone worth being
注意
cautious
してくだ
around.
さい
Please be careful. I didn't want to understand. Mion was a fantastic friend. She would never do something back to back me in a corner like this. She did ask me pretty harshly about the night of the festival, but even that, it wasn't like she said it in a mean way or anything. I suppose she does have a right to know as well.
分かった
Alright,
気をつけるよ
I'll
うに
make
す
sure
る
to
よ
be careful.
私とお姉は
This is related by blood, but we live in the Sonozaki family. We're basically on a different class.
とて
I
も
want you to
遠い存
recognize
在だ
how
ということを
distant my
お
position
願い
is
し
from
ま
hers.
す
Please. The more Shion tells me about Mion, the less I understand about who Mion is. The Mion I know wasn't a dangerous person. She joked around, smiled a lot, and was full of passion. Now that I realised that I'd held such a view to her, Shion was telling me to change it, to be careful around the best friend ever, to doubt her. The idea was very sad and painful.
で
Now,
大
about
石の件
Oishi,
でケイちゃんがいいと判
if you
断
think
す
it's a
るな
good
ら
idea, I think we should
必
give
要
him
な
the
情報やは
information
り
he
警
needs.
察を
I
味
think
方に
getting
つ
the
ける
police
の
in
は
our side will
やっ
work
ぱ
in our
り
favour.
シオンもそう
You
思う
thought
か
so too, Shion?
ただ
It's just at the
今
moment, like I
説明した
explained,
通り
they safeguard
そ
their
の
eyes
先
on
の
the
特に
Sonozaki
大石
family
は
already.
その崎家が丸ごと連続事件の黒幕だと
completely
決めて
believes
かか
that
ってま
they're
すから
the
ね
masterminds behind the
そ
serial
れはもちろん
incidents.
私も
That
含めてです
includes me, of
だから
course. So I don't really want much
私
to
はあ
do
ま
with
り
Oishi.
大石には関わりたくないんです
See, if Oishi-san had found out about the Sonozaki family's strife-filled history, then he probably wouldn't be very happy with Shion either. At last, I understood Mion's instinctive dislike for
どう
Oishi-san.
せバレてはいるんです
He's
が
probably out in the
一
open
応
at this point, but trying not
私
to
の
give
名
my name
そ
to
れだ
him.
け守ってくれれば大石に
If
は
you
何
agree
を
to that,
話
then
し
I
ても
don't think
問
there's a
題ないと
problem
思
if
い
you
ます
tell
分か
me
った伏せ
anything.
るようにするよ
Okay,
警
got it.
察
I
の
won't
捜
mention
査
your
力
name.
は
The police's
今の私たち
investigation
には
ability
と
should
て
be
も
quite
心大
reliable
石の興味深い話を
weapon
聞いた
for
ら
us to find out. If Oishi
私
tells
に
you
も
anything
聞かせてく
interesting,
ださ
let
い
me
ね
know
あ
as well.
情報は互いに交換し
Yeah, of course.
研
We'll
究し
share
合おう
information
高野
and
さんたちを殺した
investigate
のは誰なの
together.
か
Who killed Takano-san
そして
and
俺たちを狙う
Tomizaka-san?
そ
Who
れ
was
が
after
分か
us?
るまで
Until we know, we need to
あと
defend
はありま
ourselves.
す大石
Anything
に
else?
聞かれたこと以外
Besides
は
what
身に起こっ
Oishi
たこ
told
と
you,
は
I mean, if anything
どんな
has
些
happened,
細
no
なこ
matter
とで
how
も教
minor,
えてく
please
ださ
tell
い
me. A sus? What? Has that been my discussion with Oishi-san? Oh, should I tell her that I revealed everything to Dika-chan? No. Dika-chan was acting like she knew something I didn't. She was telling me to leave it to her, but what? And that's right, when I was talking to her, I mentioned Shion's names too. Oh boy, was that a mistake. I felt like Shion would get angry. Nothing else? Gei-chan? I remained quiet for a little while, so Shion encouraged me to speak, unable to bear the sealers.
えっと
I was a struggle with what to say, Shion.
ないようで
Interestingly
したら
said, it doesn't sound like
私か
it,
ら
so can I ask you
私も
something?
ついさ
I
っき
just
聞
heard
いたん
this
です
self.
が
Is it true that the old
君
man
吉のおじい
Kimiyoshi
ちゃん
went
が
missing? The
行
old man
方不明
Kimiyoshi?
になったっ
My
て
God told me that it was the
本
name
当
of the
です
mayor.
か
Wait, that's weird. That was the person that called Katie last night.
村長さんのことか
What? You mean the mayor? Wait, Shion, you haven't heard?
何も知らお父さんが電
I
話で
don't
そ
know
う話
anything. I
して
just
る
had
の
my dad.
また
I
盗み
overheard
聞
my
いた
dad
だけ
talking
ですか
about it on the phone again. I realized I shouldn't have said that.
あ
Hearing Hinamizawa, the things that happened around this time when Oyasuno-sama's curse would recur would all be covered up.
実はな
Yeah, actually last night.
夕べ会
After
合の
a
後
meeting, he didn't come
家
home,
に
so
帰
all
って
of
こないとこで
Hinamizawa was
村中
confused.
で探し
They
たみたいだ
searched
け
all
ど
through the village, but if
ま
they
だ見
found
つかった
him,
って話は
then
聞かない
I
な
haven't
警
heard.
察も探してるはず なんだけど。
The police should be searching for him as
なん
well.
でそんな大事な話を先に
Why
してく
didn't
れ
you
な
tell
か
me
った
something
んだ
that important right away? She shouted angrily at me, bringing all of her emotion to bear.
悪い
Sorry, I thought you already
隠
knew.
す気なんかなかっ
I
た
didn't want to hide it or anything. The receiver fell silent. Did Sion get mad?
Oi,
and hang
Sion.
up? Hey, Sion, hello? Get your...
私
What should I do? Sion's tiny computer voice. His voice sounded like onto a different person than the one yelling a
ど
few
うした
seconds ago.
話せよ
What's wrong?
俺たち
Tell
の
me.
間で
We're not giving secrets
隠し
from
事は
each
なしだ
other,
ろ
right? Sion hesitated for a long while, but then she
ごめん
confessed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hide it. It was just, well, the
言う
conversation
のが
got
前後
turned
して
around
俺たち
and
は仲間だ
we're
ろ
on the same
怒ったりし
side,
ない
right?
か
I
ら
won't get mad, so
正
tell me
直に
honestly.
話せよ
Sion hesitated for a few minutes, then in a resigned voice she continued.
私
Oh my, Kimiyoshi got told
君
me.
吉のおじいちゃんに
Oh!
打ち明けたんです
It's not really bad with Rika, but fuck Kimiyoshi. Fuck, that's really bad. Sion seemed to think I would yell at her right away after she said that, so I heard her catching her breath. Contrary to what she thought, I was a little relieved. Sion had done the same thing when I had when I confessed everything to Rika-chan, so it was as gentle as a voice as I could, so as to not set her off. I responded, oh my Kimiyoshi, he's somebody you feel comfortable confiding to, Sion.
私
Yes,
のことを
he would. When I was little, he was really
小さ
nice
い
to me.
頃から本
Sion
当
felt
に
the
可愛
same
がって
pain
くれ
as
た
the rest of us from Naya's disappearance. She had a different kind of strength from Yon,
私
and as she
いつ
continued,
も
her
意地
voice
悪な
sounded
ことをして
truly
た
sad
の
and
に
pain. All that there was
い
blade
つも
trace
ニ
in
コ
them,
ニコ
but
と笑って
he would just always smile.
私の言うことは何でも聞い
It
てく
isn't
れ
anything
本
I
当
had
に
to say. He
優
was
しい人だっ
such
た
a
の
落ち着けよシオン別に死んでしまったわけそんな簡単に諦めるなよ
Don't lose heart so easily. Sion didn't answer, even if I said it. Even as I said it myself, I didn't think we'd ever find the missing male again. We wouldn't even figure out if he was alive or dead. Sion must have been thinking the same thing.
村長さんに私
That night, I
迷子
told
で
the
に
mayor
忍
that
び
we
込んだ
snuck
こ
into
と
the ritual
誰かに
storehouse.
それを見られてて
Was there somebody saw
私
her?
たちを狙っている人がいるって
Was out to get
村
us?
長さんは
Does that mean the mayor knows
高野
how
さんたちが
absurdly
まともじゃないし
Tommy-san died?
出まし
Yes,
た
he knows
あの
about
二
it.
人が
I told him that
お社様のたたりで
Oyashiro-sama's
死んだから
curse, and I could
私
maybe
はそ
be
の
made
怒りを
a
鎮める生贄
sacrifice
に
to
と
calm
本
his
当に
anger.
率直に
I
言いま
just
し
said
た
it straight out.
そ
Right.
れで
What
君
then?
吉のおじいちゃん
Oh my Kimiyoshi, he didn't get angry. He smiled and then told me that
にっこり笑っ
if
て
I was probably sorry about it, there was no way
シ
I
オン
could
ちゃ
beat
ん
him
が
in a
本
way.
当に
He really was
笑
smiling,
いながら
and he told me to leave him. Until Sion stopped sobbing, I was unable to find any words for her. I couldn't imagine what type of person the man was, nor what Sion's relation with him was like. What type of comfort, however, means so much to us when we're about to be quenched by eternity. Today, Higurashi taught me that too. If somebody was gave me such a sense of security were to disappear, then I can guess what kind of shock
私
Sion
の
was
せい
in.
私
It's
が
my fault.
打ち明けて
Because
しまった
I
から
revealed
せ
everything.
よし
Stop
シオンの
Sion,
せい
it's
じゃ
not
な
your
くて
fault.
私のせいなんです
No.
打ち明けてしまったから君吉のおじいちゃんが
Kimiyoshi found out about everything, so he stopped
殺され
being.
てしまったに違いないんです
Oh, he was right.
打ち明けてすぐなんですよ
What? Oh my god. Sorry, I told him, Michael. He disappeared the same night that I confessed and told me everything. This guy is real, alright. He found out. So he became involved.
話すんじゃな
I
かっ
should
た
have never told him.
これは全部
All of
私
this
たち
should
4
have
人
just
の
been
仲
our
だったは
fault.
ず
Only the
3
four
人
of
に
us.
話してはいけないことだったんです
It wasn't something I had to tell to
話したから
everyone else.
殺
He
さ
got
れ
killed because
だから
I
殺されて
told
しま
him.
った
He got killed because in there. Killed because I
お
was
い待てよそんなやつな
Stop.
ら
If they were doing that,
打
then
ち明けた村
they
長を
would
殺す前
slay
に
you.
お前から先に殺すに決まってる順番が殺されるなら
The
俺
rule,
がシオンが
it was
先
all wrong. You and I should have been killed first.
他の奴らが先に死んだ
Why
り
the
する
hell
も
did
のか
somebody else get killed first? No, it's in order. There must be the plan to
一
kill
番最後
the
に
last.
殺すつもりに違いないんです
は
Huh? What?
と
What?
思いに殺
They're not
され
killing the first people who come to mind.
親
They
しい人たち
start
から順々に
killing
殺して
those
い
we're
って
close to, and then
散々悲
after
しい
they've
思いを
caused
さ
us
せ
so
た後
much
に
pain,
殺
they'll
す
kill us.
そういう狙いに違い
落ち着けってシオン
come
は
on,
今
Sion, you're
村長の
panicking.
失踪は
The
シオンとは
message
関係
has
ない
nothing to
無
do
関
with
係
you.
高
It's
野さんたちの
unconnected.
死とも
It's not
全
related
く
to
関係
Takuma's
ないん
own
だ
family Taku's son dying at all either. Always coming out as a string. Because I was shouting at myself. No, it is connected. It just had to be.
話してか
I
ら
told
殺さ
him
れ
to
てだから殺され
he'll
てしま
kill.
った
Because he knew. To him, so he got killed. She repeated the same thing as before, so she were in a delirium. Despite my trying to console that Grace Sion, for some reason, the shadow on my feet began to freeze. For Last out of my cold arm reached out, so cold that it seemed like it would freeze even my heart just by touching me, and grabbed my ankle. The heat generated from my body, the arm was absorbing it. It was a horrible chill, a freezing cold, numbingly frigid. It was an involuntary chill of fear. Though I sympathized with Sion, I had been naive in thinking of somebody or something only she had to worry about. In my head, Sion's every word repeated again and again. He was killed because I told him he was killed because I found out. I confessed everything, so he was killed. This is where they echoed through my head in a monotone wonder of those even repetitions took on meaning. The quiet second that had already overtaken me turned into a violent shiver that shot up my spine.
Rika-chan!
Rika-chan! It's Rika-chan! What did you say just now? Well, the truth is, I told her about it. I told Rika-chan today.
リカちゃんって
Rika-chan, you mean
きっとそ
Rika-chan?
れで神社の
そうだよ。リカちゃんだ。俺も
Yes, Rika-chan, I
どうしようもな
felt
く
so
不安
scared
で
and uneasy that I did it. I told
そ
Rika-chan,
うしたら
when you did,
Rika-chanはなんて
what did she say? Cat is worrying too much, I'll do something about it for sure. That's what Rika-chan said, and then she smiled. She smiled just like the missing mayor had when he encouraged. Oh, fuck.
ごめん、シオン。
Oh, I hope not. Oh, I'm sorry, Sion. I'm a bit worried about Rika-chan.
そんなに心
Oh,
配でした
right.
ら
If you're that
ぜひ
concerned,
電話
then
安否を
don't
確
worry
認
about
して
me.
みて
Please
くだ
go
さい
find whether she's safe or not.
また
Yeah,
明
I'll
日
do
も
that. I'll
こ
call
の
you
くらい
again
そ
tomorrow
れ
at
を
the
持っ
same
て
time, when I
私の安
do.
否確
You'll
認
know
させて
I'm
ください
still
わかっ
alive.
た。待って。
I'll be waiting.
じゃあな。
Okay,
すまん。
bye.
切
Sorry.
るぞ。
I'm hanging out. I put down the receiver without waiting to Sion to say goodbye. The danger to Sion and myself was secondary at this point. My sixth sense was blaring alarms in my head. I don't like this feeling, it's really bad. It's definitely bad. Damn it, please be safe, Rika-chan. Oh god. Yeah, that's where I'm gonna end it today, but like, my god. Oh, I am really looking forward to see what's gonna happen next. God. Oh god, I want to read it ahead so badly, but I can't really. I would if I didn't have school tomorrow, but yeah, I gotta dip. So yeah, see you guys. Really hope you enjoyed it. And my god, bro, today was so, I don't know, it wasn't really that scary, but god, it was just, oh, it was so interesting. I mean, my god, just everything like Kimiyoshi, Rika, Mion, Sion, everything was so good. I mean, I really can't wait for actually seeing what's gonna happen. God, I'm actually really excited for when everything actually sort of, I don't know, ends. What actually happens is shown. What's actually going to happen is shown to like Geichan and Sion. That's going to be really interesting. But yeah, I guess we're going to learn more about it tomorrow. I wonder what we're actually going to. I wonder what's going to happen tomorrow. Wonder what's going to happen to Rika. Wonder what's going to happen. So obviously like Geichi and Sion. And Mion as well. How's she going to take it? But I don't know. There's nothing else I'm really 100% curious for at the moment. So yeah. God, this is so good. I love this game so much. It's such a nice thing to do at the end of the night, you know. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go now. So yeah, see you guys.